Good times.
Tickets.
Pizza.
Cheese.
Oh.
Tokens.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Video games.
Video games.
Sky.
Hey, I like that, huh? Skee ball.
Tokens. Anyone?
Goodie. Bag.
Okay.
That was good pizza.
Chuck E.
Yeah,
Cheese.
good times.
Tokens.
Tokens.
Chuck E. Cheese. That's cool.
Games. Nom, 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 nom.
Pepsi.
Prizes. All right.
Chuck E.
Goodie bag.
Good
We
time.
having a good time. Yeah, we having a good time. We having a good time tonight.
Cheese?
Yeah, good time.
Sky 2.
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese. Tokens. Pizza. Tokens. Chuck Pizza.
Hey kids.
How's it going?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Prices.
Good time. Welcome.
You want tokens? Video games?
Video games. Games.
Pizza? Chuck E. Cheese.
Nom, 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 nom,
Chuck E.
nom, nom, nom,
Cheese.
nom.
Nice.
Take it. Hey, I like that, huh? Skee ball.
Tokens? Anyone? Tokens? Tokens? Tokens?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Video games.
Video games.
Sky.
Hey, I like that, huh? Skee ball.
Tokens? Anyone?
Goodie. Bag.
Okay.
That was good pizza.
Chuck E.
Yeah, good time.
Tokens? Chuck E. Cheese. That's cool.
Games.
Pepsi. Prizes. All right. Good time. Yeah, we have
rope skin here. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. What's up, guys? What? Well, you know, it's you know what time it is. It's time for the live stream. And you know, you guys heard the news. Chris Pratt is going to be the voice of Mario. Have you heard this? You've heard this, right? Yeah. No super chats. I can't do the super chats until I qualify. I need like thousands of fucking something. You know, I don't know. I need to qualify for monetization. Then you can do the super chats. That's right. You do super chats after I qualify for monetization, which means I got to do like a bunch of hours of actually of live shows, and it just keep watching the videos. You know, that's how you support me, and you know, watch the videos multiple times. You know, if you watch them a bunch of times, then it counts for multiple views. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, that's good. Do that. Watch the videos multiple times. Oh, and hey. If you want to help out, here, let me put this on the screen. Where'd it go? There it is. Oh my God, it's fucking huge. Jesus. If you want to send something to my PayPal, check that out. You got PayPal. It's my that's my email. Do people still do PayPal? I don't know. Do PayPal? I don't know PayPal. I hear people have a problem with fucking what's it? The Patreon. You don't like the Patreon. Patreon's bad. I don't know what's good. Ah, shit! Did I do that? Ah, fuck! I did something. Anyway, yeah. Chris Pratt is Super Mario. I don't know. Is that good? Is that good? Is that bad? I don't even know. The internet is responded with a what? What the hell shit fuck? Kind of more than anything else. Just big curious, big question marks. Right? So here's a video, the official video with Miyamoto talking about it.
What brings you in?
I wanted to make an announcement, so I was hoping I could step in.
Oh, of course.
Hi everyone, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. We previously announced that I have been working with the Hollywood movie studio Illumination and its CEO and producer Chris Meledandri-san, who are known for movies like Despicable Me and Sing, in making a full-length animated Mario movie for the big...
Yeah, it is the animators are the guys who did the Minions. You know, the motherfucking Minions. Everyone hates the Minions. I hate the Minions. Everyone hates the Minions. Minions suck. We don't want the Minions. The Minions are fucking what? The Minions...
Big screen. Today, I wanted to announce its theatrical release timing. Ta-da!
Yeah, holidays 2022. Oh my God. 2022. Oh my God. Everything's going to end next year. We get, you know, Batman. We get the fucking... Everything's happening 2022. Everything's happening 2022. I don't buy it. It's a load of crap. World's going to end.
The movie will be released in theaters in holiday 2022. The release date for North America is on December 21st, and we'll be announcing release dates for Japan, Europe, and other regions at a later timing. It'll be a while longer until we can share a glimpse of Mario in action on the big screen. But today, I also wanted to reveal our key cast members who will be voicing Mario and his friends in the movie. First,
Chris Pratt is the voice of Mario. What? Chris Pratt is Mario. It's me, Chris Pratt. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that. Not that I think he's like wrong, but he's not right. He's not the right guy. That's for sure.
first, of course, is Mario,
Not my
who
first
will be
pick.
played by Chris Pratt.
Okay,
He's so cool.
so cool.
Mario will be talking a lot in the movie.
He'll be talking a lot in the movie. What?
Please look forward to Mario as performed by the very talented Chris San.
Please enjoy. God.
Next,
Who? Anya Taylor-Joy? Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach. See, they're casting the voice talent, not the fucking looks. I mean, not that she looks okay as a princess. I don't know what her voice sounds like. Probably like me. Or
Princess
probably.
Peach will be played by Anya Taylor-Joy. I can't wait to see a very spirited Princess Peach. Mario's little brother
Yeah, she is cute. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. Who is that? I don't know what her voice sounds like. This guy, Charlie Day, from Everything Sunny, he's going to be Luigi. He's Luigi. His voice is usually like this. Hey guys, I don't know what's going. That's good. That's all right. I guess that's all right for Luigi. Sure, whatever.
Luigi will be played by Charlie Day.
Fine.
I'm excited for you to see this timid sibling appear on screen.
Right. Sure.
Bowser
Jack Black as Bowser. What? It's an odd choice. Odd choice for sure. Going Jack Black as Bowser. What? Jack Black as Bowser. Alright, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
will be played by the one and only Jack Black. I'm expecting a monster performance by Jack-san. The comedian Keegan-Michael Key
Keegan-Michael Key will be Toad. I don't know fucking Toad. The guy with the mushroom hat. He's got a mushroom hat. And he's bald. I don't know. He's the voice, though. He's the voice. What does Toad sound like? The cartoon is kind of like... I don't fucking know.
will be playing Toad. I'm looking forward to great comedic moments. Even though this is a Mario movie, Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance.
Donkey Kong. And Seth Rogen is going to be Donkey Kong. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. Alright, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, he's fucking Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. What? Why? I don't know. I mean, he's got a very particular laugh. That's probably the most iconic thing about Seth Rogen. It's people compared my laugh to fucking Seth Rogen's. I guess he's more it's kind of a rolling thing. You know what I mean? He's got a a low giggle. He's probably going to have Donkey Kong do his... Donkey Kong smokes weed, apparently. Yes.
He will be played by Seth Rogen. I'm eager for you to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth-san.
Uh-huh.
And of course, Charles Martinet, who has voiced Mario and many more Nintendo characters in our games over the years, is also involved.
Charles Martinet, this old guy is apparently the actual voice of Mario. And voices other characters in the Super Mario universe. So he's the guy who goes, "It's me, Mario!" Right? That's the guy, and he's going to be in the movie, not doing Mario, but doing something. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's in the movie, doing something.
And will be appearing in surprise cameos in the movie.
Appearing in surprise cameos. Yay. Anyway. So, apparently Chris Pratt also responded to the comments people were making about it. So let's hear what he had to say.
So when I was a kid, I lived in Lake Stevens, Washington, and there's this coin-operated laundromat near my house, and it had Super Mario Brothers. the original arcade game. Oh, I loved that game. I never had a quarter, it felt like. I'd either steal them from the wishing well. You know, I'd steal. That's wild. Just dawned on me right now. The quarter I stole out of the wishing well to play Super Mario Brothers has come true that I get to be the voice of Mario. But I clearly stole someone else's wish, so just waiting for that row of karma dominoes to come crashing down on me. But as it is right now, it's a Mario. That's not the voice. You'll have to wait to hear the voice. But we've been working hard at it, and I'm really excited to announce that I'm going to be the voice of that video game that I dreamed about playing as a kid. Dreams come true.
Yeah. So he says karma's going to catch up with him because he stole somebody's quarter from a wishing well to fucking whatever. All right. So the internet hate boners for Chris Pratt as Mario and Nintendo's explained. Why? Why do people have such a hate boner for him playing Super Mario? I don't even have to fucking explain that to me. Fuck. Chris Pratt Super Mario Brothers casting angers Italians and Nintendo fans. Right? Italians and Nintendo fans both upset about Chris Pratt's casting. Right? Okay, sure. What else we got? The best Super Mario memes. Chris Pratt as Mario. Game over for some. Alright, well. These are the best memes. The best memes featuring Chris Pratt as what? So, 2 free characters. They just cast whoever was free.
I can show you where you got me fucked up at. It actually starts up there at the intersection and it ends right here.
Okay, that's not funny. What timeline are we living in? Ask the official account for Among Us. Right? Chris Pratt is Mario. Charlie Day is Luigi. See, I didn't see it. Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. Is that real? Are these true? I don't know who these guys are. Anyway, that's kind of funny. Jared Leto will play a piranha plant in the. That's kind of funny. First look at Mario and Yoshi. Look, it's Mario and Yoshi. Okay, that's not funny. These are the best memes. These are the best memes, huh? See, Olive Garden and Chris Pratt is Olive Garden in human form. That's all right. Imagining some guy on 4chan leaking Chris Pratt as Mario, Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong months prior to the announcement, just getting a bunch of fuck off comments. It's funny. Finally, Italians can understand how Jews feel about the casting of. All right, yeah, that's fun. Hollywood once again not knowing why people like video games, they adapt, or even why they are frankly. I can't wait to hear Chris Pratt as Mario. I can't wait to hear his voice either. I felt that you can't make Mario the main character because he doesn't have any flaws or struggles. Nintendo would have tackled this writing dilemma by establishing the character flaw of being voiced by Chris Pratt. Yeah. Whatever. See, now Jack Black as Bowser is also a weird choice. Honestly, learning Jack Black as Bowser was way more fulfilling than any Smash reveal. That's funny. Bowser, when Mario is about to say homophobic slurs. Stop. See, Bowser's stopping him from saying homophobic slurs. That's funny. Mario approaches Bowser's castle. Bowser's like
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, mother. 2, 3.
okay. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. Naturally, Seth Rogen casting as Donkey Kong wasn't forgotten. The only casting announcement for the movie that makes absolute sense to me is Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. The only cast, how high can you get? How high can you get? It's funny. Alright. Frank from Sausage Party as the voice actor of Donkey Kong, right? Yeah, that's right. He was Frank from Sausage Party. He is now playing the monkey. I found Seth Rogen Donkey Kong audition tape. Yeah, there you go. There it is, doing that laugh. It's pretty good. Anyway, when Donkey Kong runs off with Princess Peach in the movie, Donkey Kong runs off with Princess Peach. That's funny. Okay. Seth Rogen becoming Donkey Kong for the Super Mario movie. Oh no, what's this going to be? That's funny. That was funny. Anyway. Alright. Well, yeah, Chris Pratt is going to be the new Mario. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. Smoking bananas. They could get one of the guys from The Sopranos. Yeah, did you hear about the Sopranos prequel they're doing too? Charlie Day as Luigi should be legit. It's alright. Italians think Pratt voicing a Japanese created game character is cultural appropriation. It doesn't have to be a full-blown Italian. It's just Chris Pratt's an odd choice. Can't wait for the whole movie to be canceled over Italian stereotyping. Yeah. That's not gonna happen. It's happening. They're doing it. There's Chris Pratt. There he is. He's playing Super Mario. It's an odd choice. It's an odd choice for sure. Why the fuck off? Fucking didn't want to open that. There's all it's about. There's more videos though. Plenty more videos on YouTube talking about it. For fuck's sake. Actually, let's see. Yeah, let's just check this one right here. Charlie Day and Chris Pratt.
How's everything?
Everything's
There
beautiful.
are still a few more announcements.
Yo, let's go.
Direct.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Of Mario in action.
Yo, can I say he looks great?
But today,
He looks great.
I also wanted to reveal our key cast members who
Oh!
will be voicing Mario and his friends in the
Oh,
movie.
oh, cast members.
Oh, voice actors.
Voicing
Yes.
Mario and his friends
Yes.
in the movie.
Oh,
Mario and his friends in the movie.
Oh my god, who is it?
Reveal our key cast members
Voice
who will be
actors.
voicing Mario
Yeah.
and his friends in the movie.
Apparently, it's not Charles.
Our key
Well,
cast
we
members
better
who
have
will
our
be
boy,
voicing Mario
Danny DeVito is Mario, please.
will be voicing
Charles
No.
Mario and his friends in the movie.
Is Mario. What? No! 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 I was kidding. No!
Please
No.
look forward to Mario. Our key cast members who will be voicing Mario and his friends in the movie.
Adam Sandler. There we go.
they're laughing.
He's so cool. First,
Chris Pratt is Mario.
who will be
Oh, I cannot
so
wait.
cool.
I cannot wait to hear his Italian accent.
Please look
Oh god. Oh gosh.
What? What?
Is this a
by Guardians of the Galaxy? Ah! What? What are you talking about? What?
The fuck?
Mario, who will be played by Chris Pratt.
What?
He's so cool. Mario will be talking
He's so cool.
He's so cool.
by the very talented
He's so
Chris
cool.
Pratt.
He's so cool.
Of course, is Mario,
What?
who will be played by Chris Pratt.
No, that's
so
not
cool.
what.
Mario will be talking a lot
serious?
in the movie.
It's not, he's not. It's not. Nobody's mad that Chris Pratt is playing Super Mario. It's more confusing. It's like what, why, how, why, who, why. You know what I mean? It's not like we expect an Italian guy to do it, but oh, it's fucking weird.
Please look forward to Mario as performed by the very talented Chris Simon.
Is this a joke?
First, of course, is Mario.
What? Fucking way. No way. No way.
First, of course, is Mario, who will be played by Chris Pratt. First, of course, is Mario, who will be played by
Wow.
He's so cool. Mario will be
Chris Pratt is Mario? Yo.
First, of course, is Mario,
What?
who will be played by Chris Pratt.
What do you mean? I'll do
He's
it.
so cool.
I feel right. Shit myself. No.
Please look forward to Mario as performed.
Give me Scarlett Johansson, Peach. I'll vomit right now.
Of
No!
course, is Mario,
Are you fucking
who
kidding
will be
me?
played by Chris
No!
Pratt.
Oh my god.
In the movie.
Charles Martinet
Please
is
look forward to
right
Mario as
there!
performed
Holy
by the
shit!
very
Oh God. Oh, what the fuck?
Mario will be talking a lot in the movie. Please look
What?
forward to Mario. First, of course, is Mario, who will be played by Chris Pratt. He's so cool. Mario will be talking a lot in the movie. Please look forward to Mario as performed by our very talented Chris. First, of course, is Mario, who will be played by Chris Pratt.
Wow.
He's so cool. Mario will be talking a lot.
I'm so
Please
confused.
look forward to Mario as performed by the very talented Chris Sun.
I'm excited.
Of course,
What?
is Mario,
What?
who will be played by
Why?
Chris Pratt. Mario will be talking a lot in the movie.
That is a different
Please
take
look forward
than
to
we.
Mario as performed by the very talented Chris Sun.
What the fuck?
Of course, is Mario,
What?
who will be played
I'm sorry. What?
Chris Pratt is Mario?
Oh my. What?
of course.
That's everyone's response to the announcement that Chris Pratt is Mario. Is just what? What? Like why? What? What? I mean, I sure Chris Pratt, sure, I get it. But seriously,
It's so stupid.
Who will
What?
be played by Chris Pratt.
What?
He's so cool.
Chris Pratt is
Mario will be
fucking
talking a
Mario?
lot in the movie.
Oh, this is so
By the
bad.
very talented
Oh,
Chris
this is so bad.
First, of course, is
What? Star Lord
Played
is
by Chris-
fucking Mario.
He's so cool.
No.
Mario will be talking a lot in the movie. Please
Bro,
look forward to Mario as performed
That's
by the very talented Chris.
hilarious.
what?
It's funny, but it's not good. What?
What?
Is Mario, who will be played by
Is
Chris
Chris
Pratt.
Pratt playing Mario?
He's so cool. Mario will be talking a lot in the movie. Please look forward to Mario as performed by the very talented Chris. First, of course, is Mario, who will be played by so cool. Mario will be talking a lot in the movie.
This guy's
Forward to
completely
Mario as performed by the
flabbergasted.
very talented Chris.
This guy can't believe it. That guy is flabbergasted. That guy just lost it at the announcement of Chris Pratt. It's just too funny for him, I guess. Way too funny.
Next, Princess Peach will be played by Anya Taylor-Joy.
What is happening?
This
I
is some
can't wait to
serious
see a
actors
very
thing.
spirited Princess
I know
Peach
Anya
will be
Taylor-Joy.
played by Anya Taylor-Joy.
No, that's a good pick. I
can't
fucks
wait
with
to
that.
see
I
a
fucks
very
with that.
spirited
I
Princess
fucks
Peach.
with that pick. I fucks with that pick.
Okay, that's a good choice for
Will be
Peach, though.
played by Anya Taylor-Joy.
That's a good choice for
I
Peach.
can't wait to see a very spirited Princess Peach.
She'll be great. Queen's Gambit's good.
Princess Peach will be played by Anya Taylor-Joy.
That makes
I can't
perfect
wait to
sense.
see a
Okay.
Princess Peach will be played by Anya Taylor-Joy.
Her eyes are just as big as Peach's, so that's perfect. I love her.
Peach
Oh my
will be
God, I love
played by
Anya Taylor-Joy. Oh, she is.
I can't wait to see a very spirited Princess Peach.
That's weird, but I love her. But why, Chris?
Anya
Yeah,
Taylor-Joy.
that makes sense.
Oh, she's from the Queen's Gambit.
I can't wait to see a very spirited Princess
She is so like uniquely gorgeous looking.
Peach. A very
What?
spirited Princess Peach by
Oh
Anya
my
Taylor-Joy.
God!
I can't
Queen's
wait to see a
Gambit!
very spirited Princess Peach.
The Queen's Gambit.
Mario's little brother Luigi will be played by Charlie Day.
Charlie?
Luigi will be played by
Sunny in Philadelphia? Are you fucking?
Charlie Day as Luigi.
I'm excited for you to see this Timothy will be played by
Charlie Day. I like Charlie Day a lot.
I'm
so-
excited for you
Charlie
to see
Day
this
is
timid sibling
Luigi.
appear on screen.
Charlie Day is Luigi. Holy shit.
Charlie Day. I'm excited for you to see this
Incredible.
timid sibling appear on screen.
Why is Chris Pratt playing Mario?
No!
Charlie Day. He's. But Luigi's not a goofy ass mother. Luigi's not.
Mario's little
Charlie
brother,
Day
Luigi,
is the-
will be played by Charlie Day.
What is this
I'm
movie?
excited for you
What
to see
is this
timid
movie?
sibling appear
What
on
is
screen.
this movie?
Mario's little brother Luigi will be played by Charlie Day.
Fucking way.
I'm excited for you to see this timid sibling appear on screen.
Oh, awesome. Oh, brilliant. Yes, Charlie. Yes.
Excited for you to see this
100%.
timid sibling appear on
Awesome. 100% perfect casting.
Mario's little brother Luigi will be played by Charlie Day. Mario's little brother Luigi will be played by Charlie Day.
What is happening?
I'm excited for you to see this timid.
Oh shit! Luigi! Yes! God, bitches!
to see this timid sibling appear on screen.
Oh yes.
Brother Luigi. will
Okay,
be
that
played
is
by
actually
Charlie Day.
Charlie Day as Luigi's actually
I'm
kind of
excited
fire.
for you to see this timid
that
sibling
could
appear on
actually
screen.
that could actually be really good.
Mario's little brother Luigi will be played by Charlie Day.
I mean, I like Charlie
I'm excited
Day.
for you to see this timid sibling appear on screen. Little brother
What the
Luigi
fuck?
will be played by Charlie Day.
What?
Are you telling me freaking Chris Pratt is Mario? Why are you gonna tell me? This is the best
Okay, this is a team. This is the funniest fucking movie I've ever seen.
Mario's little brother Luigi will be played by Charlie Day. I'm excited for you to see this timid sibling appear on
For
screen.
some reason, that's perfect, man.
No, this is a simulation. This
I'm
is a
excited for you to
fucking
see this
simulation.
timid sibling
This
appear
is a
on screen.
simulation.
Charlie Day is Luigi! Will be played by Charlie Day.
shit!
I'm excited for you to see this timid sibling appear on screen.
Oh my gosh!
Mario's little brother Luigi
Oh my god!
will be played by Charlie Day.
This seems like a joke.
I'm excited for you to see this timid sibling appear on
Leonardo
screen.
DiCaprio is Bowser. Let's go.
Charlie!
Mario's little brother Luigi will be played by Charlie Day.
Oh god!
I'm excited for you to see this timid sibling appear on screen.
Who's gonna play Bowser?
Bowser will be played by the one and only Jack Black.
Jack!
I don't know how to. I like Jack Black. I like
So do
Jack
I.
Black.
Jack Black's playing
Bowser will be played by the one and only Jack Black.
Oh, it's
Will be
bro.
played by
Okay.
the one and only
Bro,
Jack
all
Black.
they
I'm
needed to do,
expecting a monster
literally the
performance
rest
by
of them,
Jackson.
except for Mario. Mario should have been Charles Martinet. The rest of them would have been perfect.
Yo!
Will be played by the
Yo! Let's go! Jack Black!
Jack Black as Bowser?
Bowser will be played by the one and only Jack Black. I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson.
Oh, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped for this movie. Will be played by the one and only Jack Black. I'm expecting Bowser will be
The
played
fuck
by the one
timeline
and
do we
only
live in?
Jack
I don't
Black.
even have.
I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson.
You take a couple of the coins, you throw them away.
Bowser will be played by the one and only Jack Black. I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson. Bowser will be played by the one and only Jack Black. I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson.
That's okay though. That's alright actually.
I'm okay with that.
He's. I mean, Jack Black can be mischievous, but what?
I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson.
I cannot wait to see this. Jack Black is Bowser. Holy crap! Oh my god! No, this is perfect though. That is perfect. He can absolutely nail Bowser.
What the fuck?
Bowser will be played by the one and only Jack Black. I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson.
Yes! Oh my god, yes! Yes, yes, yes! Canon Bowser voice. Fuck yes! Oh my god.
Oh shit! Okay, sure. I love it now.
Expecting a monster performance by Jackson.
Oh.
Bowser will be played by the one
Jack
and only
Black?
Jack Black.
Alright.
I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson.
What the fuck is happening right now?
Jack Black is
will be played
Bowser.
by the one
Yeah,
and only
let's
Jack Black. I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson.
Jack Black as Bowser. Let's fucking go.
I'm expecting
I'm here
a
for
monster
this.
performance by
I'm
Jackson.
fucking here for this, man. Jack Black as Bowser.
Bowser will be played by the one and only Jack Black. I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson.
Oh, fuck you!
I'm expecting a monster performance
All
by
right.
Jackson.
I can't.
Bowser will be played by the one and only Jack Black. I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson.
Jack Black is
Bowser!
Bowser!
I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson. Bowser will be played by the one and only Jack Black. I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson. Bowser
Oh
will
my
be played by
God!
the one and only
Why?
Jack Black. I'm expecting a monster performance by Jackson.
What the hell?
Will be played by the one and only Jack Black. I'm expecting
wait a
a
minute.
monster
This is
performance by
sick.
Jackson.
Wait.
Keegan Michael Key is Toad. Oh, it's over. Yep.
I'm looking
Day one.
forward
Frame
to
one.
great
Frame
comedic
one.
moments.
Frame one.
The comedian Keegan Michael Key will be playing Toad. I'm looking forward to great comedic moments. Even though
And I like
the
fucking
comedian
Keegan.
Keegan Michael Key
Why he
will be
playing
playing
Toad? How does his?
I'm
What the
looking
fuck?
forward
I
to
wonder how he's
great
gonna
comedic
voice.
moments.
Like, how,
You see what I mean?
that's incredible
Even
acting.
though
Key as
Michael Key
Toad.
will be playing Toad.
Oh my god, that's
I'm
so
looking
weird.
forward to great comedic
Keep
moments.
playing Toad.
Even
Keegan Michael Key is.
I'm looking forward to great comedic moments. I can't fucking handle this. The comedian Keegan Michael Key will be playing Toad.
I can't with this.
I'm looking forward to great comedic moments. Even though this is the comedian Keegan Michael Key will be playing Toad.
This is
I'm looking forward
insane.
to great comedic moments.
Oh no! You gotta stop! You gotta stop! Oh gosh!
The comedian
Yes.
I'm looking forward to great comedic moments. Even though the comedian Keegan Michael Key will be playing Toad. I'm looking forward to great comedic moments.
I'm looking forward to great comedic moments too.
What? The comedian Keegan Michael Key will be playing Toad. I'm looking forward to great comedic moments. The comedian Keegan Michael Key will be playing Toad. I'm looking forward to great comedic moments. Even though the comedian Keegan Michael Key will be playing Toad.
Real.
I'm looking forward to great comedic moments. Even though the comedian Keegan Michael Key will be playing Toad. I'm looking forward to great comedic moments. The comedian Keegan Michael Key
is
playing
Toad. What is this world?
I'm looking forward to great comedic moments.
Huh?
Key? As Toad?
What is Toad?
What is going?
Fuck you! Fuck you!
This is the best direct of all time.
The comedian Keegan Michael Key will be playing Toad.
Let's go! Keegan Michael Key!
I'm looking forward to great comedic moments.
Hey Mario! This is not real!
Even though this is a Mario movie making an appearance, he will be played by Seth Rogen. I'm eager for you to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth Rogen. Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance.
Seth Rogen's gonna be Donkey Kong?
By Seth Rogen.
It's over. It's over. I'm watching this movie. It's over. It's over.
Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong? Oh my god, they got all the stars, man. They got.
I'm eager for you.
They got all of the fucking lights, man. They got all of the lights.
This is a Mario movie. Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance. He will be played by Seth. This is a Mario movie. Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance. He will be played by Seth Rogen. I'm eager for
Donkey Kong's gonna spend most of the movie blitzed on weed.
Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance.
Donkey Kong just be like, I got a banana for you, Mario.
Hey Mario, I just wanted to let you know that, like, when there were barrels, I was just smoking a lot of weed and I had to throw them out.
This is a Mario movie. Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance. He will be played by Seth Rogen. I'm eager for you to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth Rogen. Oh, this is a Mario movie. Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance. He will be played by Seth Rogen. I'm eager for you to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth Rogen.
I can't even.
In a Mario movie, Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance. He will be played by Seth Rogen. I'm eager for
What is Seth Rogen?
Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance. He will be played by Seth Rogen. I'm eager for you to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong! Will be played
Can't breathe!
Mario movie. Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance. He will be played by Seth Rogen. I'm eager for you to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth's son.
Stop it!
That's a good joke right there. That's a good joke. Greg Red said Donkey Bong. Donkey Bong. That's funny. Donkey Bong.
This is a Mario movie. Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance. He will be played by Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen? What is going on?
I didn't even know this was a movie.
What the fuck?
Of course he's fucking Donkey Kong. Of course. I looked away to help a customer for
Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance.
Is Seth
He will
Rogen?
be played by Seth Rogen.
Bro, what?
I'm eager for you to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth's son.
What in the world?
Even though this is a Mario movie, Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance.
Seth Rogen's
He
playing
will be
Donkey
played
Kong.
by Seth Rogen.
Okay. Where's Jordan Peele? Where's Jordan Peele? Is he gonna be Yoshi? Oh my god.
No, no! Donkey Kong's gonna laugh like Seth Rogen!
I picked a very inopportune time to take a drink.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that guy looked like Ian Musk. That's right. He did. Elon Musk, right? I said Elon Musk. They know what I mean.
The Mario movie, Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance. He will be played by Seth Rogen. I'm eager for you, the Mario movie. Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance. He will be played by Seth Rogen.
I love how we went from completely unexpected to super on the nose.
Charles Martinet in the movie.
I don't even care if this movie's a train wreck.
I wanted so.
All right. Whoa! What are these guys playing? Wait. Who? Yeah, these symbols. He's like a wizard. He's going to be the CK or Sonata Monkey, whatever that is.
So bad.
Okay. Cranky Kong. I guess Cranky Kong is the original Donkey Kong, right? Donkey Kong's grandpa, the original Donkey Kong. And yeah, I guess he's a wizard or something. Oh, some wizard that works for Bowser. Same with Spike. Spike is also like, oh, one of Bowser's henchmen. Do all nerd laughs sound the same? Mostly. They're either like a hla 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 or a hehehehe. Right, pretty much. It is. You either get the crazy high pitched like hla hla, or you get the you know. That's right. Kamek was in Super Mario World. Kamek. Oh. Okay, he's the wizard that makes. Yeah. Okay. All right, guy. Yep. Oh, what we have? Oh, the Tonight Show. Fucking Jimmy Fallon talks about it. I really don't know what to think about an issue until Jimmy Fallon tells me what to think about it, man. Fucking Jimmy Fallon. Nintendo. Oh, this is like the whole thing. It's like 40 minutes long. You see all this stuff Nintendo's got this year. Yeah. Okay. What is happening? Okay. This video has 500. It does, and it actually has more than that now. Nintendo is trolling us with Mario movie. You think they're trolling us? They are not trolling us. This is happening. Why Chris Pratt and Charlie Day are better for Super Mario? Oh, see, these people coming out and they're explaining why it's good for us and stuff. Oh my God. Why am I getting Nostalgia Critic? See, I watch some Nostalgia Critic videos here, and then I get a bunch of crap. Yeah. So what do you guys think about this thing? Let me read some of the comments. I don't know. Spike, is he from the Wrecking Crew? Oh. You got to get the liberal perspective if we want to know what's correct. Am I right? Who's got? Oh, Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon's the liberal perspective. Jimmy Fallon has the idiot perspective. I like the choices, says Cage017. Right. Let's see what we got here. If fake laughter was made of gold, we'd be rich. Right. All those exaggerated responses to got a little annoying. The laughter. Okay, I can't handle this any more of this hysteria. I'm out. Oh. Greg left. He couldn't take the fake laughter. Too much for him. Oh well. See what else we got over here. Hey! Yeah.
Listen, I've been waiting for you. Listen, I want to show you my new living room. It is so cool. You're going to really dig it. Come on, let's check it out. This is it. Welcome to the next living room. This what's happening, buddy. Check it out. Hey, it's cool. It's hot. It's today. But it's unplugged. Perfect. fast video action, I plug into Sega.
Yeah! Hey, thanks, man. I'm glad you watched Steven Seagal movies because I told you to. Well, which ones to watch, right? The first 5 ones are pretty good. Out for Justice was pretty good, you say? Yeah. Hanna-Barbera is making a comeback, and there was an announcement on Flintstones' new show. Yeah, I heard Flintstones is coming back. Now it's gonna be like Family Guy. Flintstones Family Guy. It's gonna be like cutaway gags and shit, right? Look forward to that.
You'll never find another place like mine.
Yeah, well, why the fuck is Lou Rawls singing at me? What the hell kind of horse shit is that anyway? It's fucking weird, that's what it is. But yeah. We doing turns. Oh yeah. Fucking Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt's gonna be fucking Super Mario. That doesn't fucking make any sense. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. The fuck. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. The fuck. But yeah. Yeah, how you guys doing? Family Guy is no longer on Adult Swim Cartoon Network. It's still on Fox. He's singing at you, bro. Let's all collectively laugh at Chris Pratt. Ready, go. It's funny to laugh at Chris Pratt. Why Super Mario? Why Chris Pratt? I'll tell you why. Because of the Lego movie. They like the Lego movie, and there's like a Lego Super Mario Legos. Fuck off. What that? Play that. Play it. You know what I'm saying? Why, like Simps? Say what? What's going to FX? Family Guy? Family Guy's going to FX? Yeah. Sure. Charlie Day in the Lego movie too. Was Charlie Day in the Lego movie? I don't know. Simpsons is FX too. Simpsons is on Fox. Well, I mean, new episodes, repeats, sure. Family Guy's going to FX like Simpsons. Sure, why not? I don't know. Hey, I haven't watched The Simpsons in so fucking long. What? What the hell's happening? I'm gonna fucking play a video. Fucking play a goddamn video, man. Play the goddamn video. Yeah, Chris is good, but I never would have expected to play Super Mario. Yeah, same here. I'm like, what? I don't know. He's pretty funny. Thought he was fucking funny in on the Parks and Rec. What the hell? Fuck yo. Oh my god. That's pissing me off. Fucking video's not playing. Where's that video playing? Play it. Just checked. Charlie Peckman Day is an American actor. And he was the voice of Benny in the Lego movie. Okay. Oh, I didn't see the Lego movie. Actually, did not fucking see that one. New Star Wars anime commercials for Disney. I didn't see that. Ah, so none of that's working. Fuck you. Well, that's great. It's fucking great. Videos ain't working. I can't fucking play videos. I don't know. Only reason that ever happens. Gotta reset the computer or something to make it work right. Stupid. Stupid. Oh well. Yeah. The fuck were we gonna watch anyway? I don't fucking know. Fucking crap. Anyway, so yeah. You guys, yeah. Whatnot. Join the live stream and shit, right? Let's see here. Yeah, what was I gonna watch? Something over here. Something else I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah. Fucking this fucking guy. Who's this guy? Who is this guy? Alright. Who the fuck is this guy? Anybody know who this guy is? Anybody in the chat have any idea who the fuck this guy is? Cause I'll tell you here. I'll tell you who this fucking guy is in a second. But first, man, this is who is this guy? Anybody know? Checking the chat. He-Man character. Teaser answer. He-Man character. He is a He-Man character, right? He is the mighty Spectre. Alright? He's the mighty fucking Spectre. And, I'll explain here. It's fucking the mighty Spectre. Anybody? Go to Retro Blaster channel. It's about
Your art might be more valuable
time
than
traveling.
you think.
Yes. Blue Ball Spectre. Yeah, you got the idea. Yeah. He's the purple nurple.
Earn from your passion.
Get out of here with your fucking ads. Start inspiring. The fuck out of here. You start inspiring. Spectre Creative. This is actually the guy right here. If you were wondering. Shut up! Fuck, really?
Mind. And he wanted all of us to know it.
You're not a hero.
Oh my god.
You're just an annoying clown dressed up as a sex toy.
This is a...
Oh my god. So, yeah. You heard Retro Blasting. Somebody already mentioned it. Retro Blasting. Go to the... It's a fan-made character. Was she drawing Spectre? Wow, Teddy got a dog and cat now. Yeah. He was an executive product manager who inserted himself into He-Man and ruined the distribution. He's the reason we can't find anything on the shelves at stores. Yeah, you got it. Greg knows. Yeah. This guy right here, this purple fucking, he looks like Deadpool. He's a purple Deadpool. Who the fuck is this guy? Well, purple Deadpool is he was fucking created by this guy, Spectre. He's the mighty Spectre, and he's created by Spectre. This is Spectre Creative's YouTube channel, right? Let's see here. Get the fuck out of here. This guy's very own YouTube channel, right here. Spectre Creatives. Scott Toy Guru Nitlich from Spectre Creative. From Spectre Creative, because that's who he is. He's Spectre Creative. Deep dives into his personal creation, the mighty Spectre. Alright. Alright. So he's going to explain what the mighty Spectre is, which, as you know, you already know he created the Mighty Spectre and inserted him into He-Man. So what I understood, somebody told me that this guy turned Masters of the Universe into his own personal fucking fan fiction. And I didn't know what they meant. I was like, what do you mean? What did he do? What did he do to He-Man that turned it into his own personal fan fiction? Well, this apparently... Actually, let me play the retro blasting video first. Because retro blasting really does cover a lot of what's going on here. Yeah.
I've always said I don't start fights on social media, but I'm never afraid to finish them.
Now, sir, if you'd be so kind as to give me your name.
It's funny that he uses the fucking, Kevin Costner, Robin Hood on here. Like, that's a good movie. Hey, how's everybody doing?
Before I run you through.
Recently, Masters of the Universe has been all over the news thanks to the controversy swirling around Kevin Smith's new series, Masters of the Universe Revelations. My friends will tell you I have no love for Kevin Smith, so this outcome is of little surprise to me.
Smoke a lot of weed, kids.
What does surprise me, though, is how people don't seem to realize this isn't the first time Masters of the Universe has been hijacked by an egotistical writer of mediocre skill that wants to use the franchise for his own personal ambitions, rather than having any real investment in the mythology itself.
Smoke a lot of weed, kids. Drugs don't make
Sadly, we've seen this occur countless times in the past 15 years. It's the new pattern in entertainment. Rather than do justice to the legacy materials they've been handed, the new generation of self-absorbed creatives use these properties as vehicles to promote themselves, rather than bolster the stories they are given stewardship over. One need look no further than J.J. Abrams to see you can make a lucrative career out of this pattern in modern Hollywood. Corporations have endless boilerplate messaging about how they're going to protect the legacies of these culturally significant stories they've been entrusted with, but ultimately they always do the same thing: hand it off to a hired gun and get back on the phone to make that deal for a new yacht. And that's the best case scenario, that these things might be ending up this way because the executives aren't keeping an eye on things. More likely, in many cases, they are paying some attention to what these lunatics decide to do with the stories, and they're just cool with it, because corporate executives really don't know how to make creative decisions anyway.
I don't know what to do! I can't make decisions! I'm a president!
An early adopter for this model of dysfunction within the entertainment industry existed long before Abrams touched Star Wars, or Zack Snyder was handed the keys to DC Comics. Heck, it was a year prior to Abrams' own Star Trek reboot. In 2008, Mattel launched the Masters of the Universe Classics line. It was a subscription-based action figure line of characters from the original He-Man toy line, but now done in a larger scale with better sculpting and more intricate articulation. The initial waves of these figures were sculpted by the Four Horsemen, the same artists that brought He-Man back in the mid-2000s with a new range of reimagined action figures. Buyers had to subscribe to MattyCollector.com to pre-order these toys year after year. Matty Collector would go on to do a range of Ghostbusters toys, as well as a Lion Force Voltron that wasn't worth the sum of its parts.
Whoever designed this at Mattel should fire themselves.
If He-Man was so popular year after year, why wasn't Mattel offering these toys to retail? Because, by some accounts, the man behind the marketing of Matty Collector had convinced the suits at Mattel that He-Man would never succeed at retail again. Allegedly, he also told them Ghostbusters wouldn't succeed at retail again either. If you don't think about it too much, it sounds perfectly plausible. However, when you consider this guy was making all the decisions at Matty Collector, and anything made under the Matty Collector umbrella was spearheaded by this one guy, it starts to feel less like sound logic and more like he didn't want anything to escape his purview. Because in the background, this guy was rewriting the entire mythology of He-Man, and he wasn't doing it because it was necessary or mandated. See, the Matty Collector figures were selling themselves, almost exclusively to adult collectors who had rabid nostalgia for Masters of the Universe. These guys weren't asking for a reimagining of the mythology itself. They didn't need it to motivate them to buy the figures. They already loved the original stories the figures were based on. However, the Matty Collector marketing guy took it upon himself to rewrite Eternia's entire history anyway, rather than simply reprint the original mini-comics while creating a few new ones for previously unreleased characters. This guy wanted to bring everything together. He wanted the mini-comics continuity to mesh with the Filmation version and the 2000s relaunch version, and roped in the kids' storybooks lore and the 1987 movie, as well as rejected and unused ideas from Mattel's archives. This might sound like
Jesus
noble
Christ. Yeah, it's just way too fucking complicated. It's way, I don't fucking know what the hell is even going on. Jeez, yeah, man. Nothing makes any sense if you combine everything together. Nothing really makes any sense at all if you combine everything together.
Dude, we've heard from Crystal Dynamics recently how they'd like to do something similar with Tomb Raider, to bring all the various eras of Lara Croft into one canonized mythology. But what the marketing guy at Matty Collector was doing wasn't so cut and dry, and hardly with dispassionate intentions. As children, we knew there were unexplained differences between the mini-comics of He-Man and the Filmation cartoon. All of this was somewhat unconcerning for us at the time because elements from the cartoon were given the same attention as Mattel's in-house ideas. Prince Adam and Orko were made for us to collect right alongside the Snake Men and all the other weird things that never made it into the TV show that were really cool figures anyway. And yeah, in the 2000s relaunch series, they started changing a bunch of things and adding to the storyline in overly complex ways typical of postmodern pop culture, where everyone has to be somebody and everything has to be a twist. Skeletor used to be Keldor. There was a King Grayskull who used to rule from Castle Grayskull, and was also He-Man's ancestor or something, and placed his power inside the sword that Adam would one day wield. And in making King Grayskull the ancestor of He-Man, it invalidated the intended identity of He-Man's ancestor as a super wizard named He-Ro. This idea was established in 1987 at Mattel, but the toys were never made. But hey, they put a band-aid on that by getting He-Ro to marry into King Grayskull's royal family. So, problem solved, I guess? In Kevin Smith's Revelations TV series, He-Ro is now one of King Grayskull's 2 sons or something. All of this kind of shuffling is what a former co-worker and friend of mine called simplexity, taking something straightforward and appealing and ruining it with pointless additions that intend to make it more sophisticated and involved, but only succeed in confusing everything beyond the want to care anymore. And no one was more addicted to simplexity than the marketing manager at Matty Collector. In his world, Skeletor was not only once the man called Keldor, but he is also King Randor's brother. And the power sword is now called the Sword of He. You heard me correctly, Sword of He. Sounds pretty stupid, right? That's because it is. And this implies that She-Ra wields the Sword of She. Apparently, the Sword of He has been bestowed upon a lineage of manly protectors of Grayskull over the millennia. In a clunky bid to connect everything, as was his obsession, the marketing manager at Matty Collector named an early giveaway He-Man figure Woundar, and made him an early protector that wielded the Sword of He. There was also a Conan-looking concept version of He-Man named Vicor that was roped in as another carrier of the Sword of He. The mythology was starting to read like it had been written by a third grader who'd had 20 pixie sticks, a liter of Coke, and half a chocolate cake.
She brought the yellow cup that she didn't want to kick the ball back.
And unsurprisingly, the entire effort was a do-over. Another of the countless reboots the entertainment industry is fatally addicted to because they don't have people talented enough to actually continue a story from its last set of circumstances. Hollywood resets stories because the people they hire don't have the talent to tell new ones. The 2000s Masters of the Universe was a reboot of the vintage storylines, and as we've seen, the upcoming He-Man and the Masters of the Universe is a reboot, and the Masters of the Universe Revelations, that was promised to be a continuation of the 1980s cartoon, has proven to be a reboot as well. So it probably won't surprise you that the Masters of the Universe Classics mythology was also a reboot. The classics mythology was a clumsy attempt to combine all of the disparate storylines and toys into one universe, and it aped all of the previously established canon and transformed it while simultaneously disregarding toys into one universe.
Yeah, do you see that? Right there. Let me back it up just a little bit. Right there. There he is. See him? There's the mighty Spectre right over here. This purple fucking Deadpool looking guy over here. Right? Beast Lord? Hero? Gladiator? Who the fuck is Gladiator? Vina? Vina? Titus? Tight ass. Who's this tight ass guy over here? That's fucking stupid.
And toys into one universe, and it aped all of the previously established canon and transformed it while simultaneously disregarding it. Most reboots, like modern Star Wars and Star Trek, have earned these achievements as well, but only Masters of the Universe Classics has been able to claim itself the winner of Fan Wank Bingo, because it landed the final category.
Fan Wank Bingo. Okay, here's your Fan Wank Bingo.
Category. It's a category.
Here we go. Keep. All right. Funko Pop. That's easy. Everybody gets a Funko Pop. Fan Script. That's where the script is like has a lot of wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment. Where boy, I really want to, things fans all want to see happen, and it's not necessarily what is a good idea to happen. You know what I mean? Liked my tweet. Cosplay obscure character, right? Like some character that was in the cosplay that somebody made. Like if they have that Bowseretta show up, Bowserette, which is like a female Bowser show up in the movie. That's definitely going to be a cosplay obscure character. Work for the company. I don't know what that means. I mean, honestly, working for the company, I guess. What? Combine all the things. Wish fulfillment, right there. That's very the fan script. Reboot the franchise, right? Let's reboot everything. Again. Ship it till it sinks and put yourself in the story. That's what he's talking about. That's the ultimate one. Putting yourself into the story, which is what this guy did. He put himself into the Masters of the Universe, making himself a key character in the universe. It's pretty crazy.
That modern writers endlessly flirt with in our brave new world of self-aware writing, because these creators always want to be meta, but usually they never reach the final summit of Fan Wank Bingo for a number of common reasons. Sometimes it's because they just know they'll never get away with it with the audience. Sometimes it's because even their egos aren't massive enough to allow them to cross that bridge too far. Sometimes it's because they know the parent company is actually paying attention and wouldn't allow it. And sometimes, with a few creators, it's because they know such a move makes for guaranteed and rarefied levels of awfulness. Don't get me wrong, they dance with this dragon dangerously. J.J. Abrams infamously said he designed the characters and plot of The Force Awakens as a wish fulfillment story that was intended to convey the flavor and experience of what if Star Wars fans found themselves in the Star Wars universe. The film was terrible, the characters were ciphers. History will have its justice over this manure fire. Rian Johnson made it clear his character of Rose Tico was specifically conceived as a person that shouldn't be in a Star Wars story by any measure, much in the same way Johnson himself shouldn't have been a director of a Star Wars story by any measure. In both of these instances, Abrams and Johnson are telling us they created other characters as surrogates for their own personalities. Rather than having the creative ability to write within someone else's sandbox, they are incapable of seeing a situation or narrative as apart from themselves. So they created Rey and Rose respectively to allow themselves a place in their Star Wars films, unconcerned that these characters assisted greatly in breaking the credibility of this mythology. But you know what they didn't do? As bad as their decisions were, they didn't literally put themselves into the story. They had just enough shame, a baking sheet thin amount of shame, I grant you, but just enough to not put their literal selves into the production. The marketing manager of Matty Collector, who was in total control of Masters of the Universe Classics story development, did not have that crucial baking sheet amount of shame. We could talk for 6 months without stopping about the film industry's inability to find stewards for legacy properties. We could talk endlessly about how guys like Abrams and Chris Chibnall and Zack Snyder don't know how to be stewards, how they don't protect these modern myths, and their only reflex is to hijack the material to satiate their self-absorbed personalities, how they run with bad ideas because bad ideas that are theirs are always preferable to good ideas that come from someone else. The marketing manager of Matty Collector didn't just prefer his own ideas for Masters of the Universe, he preferred his literal self in the story as one of the most omniscient and powerful characters of the narrative.
This is thin, Riggs. This is very thin. This is anorexic.
It all began when marketing manager Scott Neitlich decided to take advantage of his position to put his own face on one of the Eternian guards in the Classics figure range, and in the background name that character Lieutenant Spectre. Neitlich then writes into the story that Lieutenant Spectre is exiled into the future after Skeletor takes over the throne of Eternia. In the future, Spectre is given a special time travel suit by King He-Man.
Jesus.
Before we even attempt to unpack the whole time travel suit thing, how on earth is He-Man the future king of Eternia if Skeletor was victorious in the past? Also, why is he King He-Man and not King Adam? And if He-Man is king in the future, that somewhat undercuts the urgency of doing anything about what has transpired in the past, right? Has Neitlich even seen Back to the Future?
Somewhere in the past, the timeline skewed into this tangent.
Anyway, now Lieutenant Spectre is the Mighty Spectre and fights for the king and queen on special missions throughout the time-space continuum as the Master of Time Travel.
Superhero landing!
So, the marketing manager of Masters of the Universe Classics put his face on a character and then wrote that character into the story as a pivotal ally of He-Man, entrusted by the King and Queen of Eternia to time travel to crucial moments to ensure their victories over the forces of evil. Let that sink in for a moment.
Jesus.
Let's consider that it wasn't enough for Neitlich to put his face on a figure. That could have just been an Easter egg and we'd all chuckle and move on. But no, he had to make the character a pivotal member of the Eternian heroes, with the word mighty in his moniker, the word master in his background, and someone given the power over time itself. Once you have the power of time travel, the story is broken. And while I know He-Man has always been a very loosely played high fantasy, with occasional time travel plots,
We are going back in time.
this character's existence breaks the entire story.
In reality, no one can go back into the past.
Someone like Zodak would have shown up and dealt with him and King He-Man for breaking the rules of the cosmos and likely punishing them into oblivion. And let's say Zodak didn't care. Why is this battle still going on? Why didn't the Mighty Spectre go back to when Keldor was a child and just murder him? Hell, why didn't Spectre prevent the death of King Grayskull by stopping Hordak's entire existence? Oh right, because then there wouldn't be a Masters of the Universe franchise.
Erased from existence.
See how characters with stupid, omniscient powers like the Mighty Spectre break a story? It wasn't enough for Neitlich to foist this character into the Classics minicomics. Neitlich also connived this character into full toy production for the 30th anniversary wave of Classics figures. This was a toy line that was only available by online subscription, and many of the core original characters like Teela and Trapjaw had been out of production for years by 2012. These essential figures were in high demand and selling for obscene amounts of money on the secondhand market. However, Rather than have a few of these sought-after core characters re-released for the 30th anniversary, Knightlick and his team of geniuses decided to instead make a wave of concept figures, such as Fearless Photog, a figure a kid designed for a He-Man contest in the 1980s that Mattel never got around to making. And right smack in the middle of that assortment is the walking purple nurple known as the Mighty Spectre. Because the final insult to all of this is that Spectre is Knightlick's childhood drawing. It wasn't even a character conceived in the inept fervor of his story meetings with Mattel during the Classics era. No, this was a character he'd drawn with crayons and loneliness as a child in the 1980s.
Because I've got young children and have to lie about paintings a lot. Because their paintings are so shit, I can keep it. Yippee! I'll put it on the pile.
Knightlick's forced insertion of Spectre into Masters of the Universe wasn't by happenstance. It was a whimsical childhood fantasy of wish fulfillment that proved to be a long-gestated campaign, culminating in Knightlick cosplaying his own derivative narcissistic work of fiction at San Diego Comic-Con that same year.
All he really wanted was for people to notice him. But what good does it do to be noticed if people don't like what they see?
In the toy industry, the EGOT would be getting a figure that looks like you, getting a figure you create, and getting a figure named after you. And eventually, over the course of 10 years, I actually wound up doing all of that, which was crazy, like not expected.
Not expected. You were the guy in charge of everything at Matty Collector. You gave yourself the Oscar. You're like the guy that's supposed to be looking for the new host for Jeopardy that then made himself the host for Jeopardy. You can look back at Michael Bay's Transformers and see how Hollywood has an incessant history of hijacking legacy ideas. Heck, you could even make the argument to a certain degree that Masters of the Universe suffered a bit of that with its own 1987 film, though most of that was down to budget and technological limitations.
It tasted good.
Not Transformers, not Star Wars or Star Trek, not even Doctor Who had a person take the helm and literally make it over in his own image to the degree Knightlick did. Nothing comes close. Knightlick is his own greatest hero in his own mind, and he...
Wow. Look at this outfit. Look at the outfit he's wearing. It's a dumb outfit. I mean...
He wanted all of us to know it.
Look, he's got an ace on his chest. He's wearing the purple character costume. It's a dumb costume. It's a really stupid costume. He's fucking purple Deadpool.
You're not a hero. You're just an annoying clown dressed up as a sex toy.
This is a man that named himself Toy Guru on the internet and spends
Toy Guru. He's a heroic warrior. Alright, now while we're talking about this, let me bring that video up. Okay, let me show you this one here. This is actually he's actually even talking about it. Right. There he is, Scott Knitlick.
Back to the Masters of the Universe Classics Director's Commentary. With me, your host, Scott Toy Guru Knightlick, brand manager for the line, and we are continuing now to talk about the special 30th anniversary subset that was released in 2012. That was ideally supposed to be one figure every other month. So when we set out to do the 30th anniversary line, which I've mentioned in a couple previous videos, the idea was to recreate the emotional experience fans had in the vintage era of learning about and finding a character first as a toy, which is something very unique because with most toys you learn about them first from the content. And this was something very unique to Motu. And to create new characters to discover as a toy first, what I originally did was reach out to different individuals who'd worked on the brand in the vintage day to talk to them about creating a brand new character that we could put into the 30th anniversary line. Unfortunately, as I reached out to multiple people or got clearance through Mattel Legal about whether or not I could reach out, essentially no one wanted to do it. And my backup was to try to reach out to some well-known comic book artists or comic book creators, writers, artists, people who work in the industry. And again, outside of Jeff Johns, who was a huge Motu fan, no one was basically willing to do it for free. It had to be done for the love of Motu.
And I'd spent so much time trying to track down different artists, different people who worked on the brand, that upper management basically said, stop wasting your time and do it yourself. Just get people internally in the company who love the brand to make figures. People know who you are, you do one of them, have the designer do one, the Four Horsemen. So under that direction, I had to scrap the original idea outside of giving one slot to Jeff Johns, who agreed to do it for love of the brand, and we'll get to his figure soon. But that's how one of the slots wound up with me. And when it came time to designing a figure that I was going to get to put into the Motu line, well, there was really no question in my mind that I was going to do my original creation that I had both sent to the Vintage Create a Character contest and used in numerous ways over the years. I really didn't have plans to make a movie about him, and I was fine with Mattel owning him. So we're talking about Mighty Spector, the character that I created when I was a kid. Here was the graffiti I did in my neighborhood, where I wrote in wet cement when I was like 7 or 8 years old and put the spade next to his name with the backwards R there for Toys R Us. When I was a kid, my favorite line outside of Motu and Star Wars for action figures was Constructs. I loved Constructs. I loved building my own spaceships. I loved building things for lines like Transform.
Constructs are alright. I had some Constructs growing up, they're alright.
Transformers and Star Wars. And this was the original Captain Spectre. He was the
Captain Spectre. That's the original Spectre action figure. Captain Spectre. It's stupid.
Pilot figure that came with the Constructs space set. And this was the character that I named Spectre. His arch enemy was the Alien from the series. And we're going to get back to him in a moment and his influence on Mighty Spectre, which...
Well, he's dark purple. He's like the same color as your Spectre character. So, yeah. I had these guys, and... Yeah, the good guys were... This is the alien guy. The good guys wore the spacesuits. The bad guys, I guess, were like purple alien guys with green eyes. Remember, I haven't really thought about these guys in a long time, but there they are. The Constructs guys. So that's the inspiration for the Spectre. I heard that a fan came up with an idea for a fan-made copycat version of Battle Cat that later Mattel executives stole. Yes, that's right. Fan-made copycat of Battle Cat. Well, they called it Copycat. It was Faker's version of Copycat, which was a cyborg, and they did that. So let me show you that. What are we talking about here? Right here.
Ideas whenever they wanted. Most recent motto was the victim of PowerConic.
This guy right here. This is a fan-made custom Battle Cat, right? That he put cyborg parts on and made him, called him Copycat. Battle Damage Faker, which he has like robot parts coming off his face, kind of like Terminator version of Faker, because he's a robot. He's a robot with like blue skin.
Exclusives as an Origins 2-pack, renaming the beast Duplicat.
There you go, and yeah, they came up with basically the same thing, except it's Duplicat. Get that? Duplicat. The original toy was Copycat, they made Duplicat. Which, come on, it's the same thing. Even the idea of Faker having a cat is basically ripping off this idea. Faker has his own cat, right? Which is blue and orange, right?
Of PowerCon exclusives as an Origins 2-pack, renaming the beast Duplicat.
Right. So it's basically the same thing. They literally stole the idea. Look at that. It's the same.
Mattel claims to have had no knowledge of Amato's prolific customs of this concept.
Allegedly.
But unfortunately, Mattel reps in pre-game Sky High.
Now, there in a Mattel post-it, right? There was a guy who was piloting the Air Raider that some guy had given him the name Sky High.
By prolific Masters of the Universe fan Joe Amato.
Joe Amato, this guy right here. Which is a guy who wears a mask and a scarf and a hat. That's his thing on YouTube, right?
You mind telling me who the Mash Man is?
Nightlick ganked the name off of
Yep, and he took it, called the guy Sky High right here with the jet sled or the sky sled, or whatever the fuck they're calling it, whatever he, you know. And so that guy, he is the official fucking air raider rider, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But anyway, we're looking at the inspiration for the motherfucking guy, right?
Is probably a little obvious from looking at him from an aesthetic point of view. When I grew up, and, well, have I ever grown up? That's debatable. Ask my wife. But when I got a job at Mattel after college, or after I'd spent 4 years in pharmaceutical advertising, I brought Spectre with me and named a Hot Wheels after him. And later on a Modifighter after him. And you can even notice the spade symbol on the side of the Modifighter there. I was a copywriter in Hot Wheels, and one of my jobs was naming all the individual vehicles. So I was glad to use the name Spectre that I loved so much and the spade symbol. Later, when I transferred from being a copywriter in Hot Wheels to being the brand manager for Motu, well, actually that wasn't a job. I moved over to the Action Group and formed Matty Collector. That was part of the reason I was moved, was because of that idea. And one of the items we released was this Royal Guard set, which came with tons of extra parts and heads. And one of those heads was sculpted to look like me. This is pretty common in the toy industry for people who work in the industry to have toys sculpted to look like them. The Four Horsemen have done it, Jesse Falcon's done it, and David Bonner, he's a War Machine in the old Toy Biz line. So when I was sculpted to be one of the 4 Royal Guard heads, I thought it'd be cool to name this character Lieutenant Spectre, since Mattel already owned the name Spectre from the Hot Wheels. Once you own a name, it's great to reuse it. Management likes that because then they don't have to pay for it again. When I did this, I had no idea that I was going to get to do a Mighty Spectre figure. I figured Lieutenant Spectre was my one little kind of signature on the line, and I was done. Well, obviously years went by, and it turned out I got to do Mighty Spectre, and I didn't want to create 2 different characters named Spectre in the line, so I made them the same character. I basically said Lieutenant Spectre became Mighty Spectre. And of course that led to accusations that I was Mary suing myself into the line, meaning trying to put myself in line since Lieutenant Spectre had my face. I would have never done that. I would have never given Lieutenant Spectre my face if I knew one day I'd get to do a Mighty Spectre. This was definitely not this evil plot I had to take over the line and make myself the center of Motu.
Wow. Did you hear that? He basically spelled it out. I mean, why would you deny that? Why would you say it even like that? I mean, what he's denying, he's just projecting. What?
Since Lieutenant Spectre had my face, I would have never done that. I would have never given Lieutenant Spectre my face if I knew one day I'd get to do a Mighty Spectre. This was definitely not this evil plot I had to take over the line and make myself the center of Motu.
What? He definitely was.
Never done that. I would have never given Lieutenant Spectre my face if I knew one day I'd get to do a Mighty Spectre. This was definitely not this evil plot I had to take over the line and make myself the center of Motu.
Yeah, no, that sounds like that was his plan.
Never done that. I would have never given Lieutenant Spectre my face if I knew one day I'd get to do a Mighty Spectre. This was definitely not this evil plot I had to take over the line and make myself...
Definitely not some evil plot to take over the line and put myself as the center. Definitely not.
Self the center of Motu.
Definitely not an evil plot. Come on, guys. It was not an evil plot.
It was definitely not this evil plot I had to take over the line and make myself the center of Motu. It was literally just... That's the way it organically worked out. I had no...
That's just the way it happened. I didn't plan on becoming, it was an evil plot to take over. It just happened that way.
If I knew one day I'd get to do a Mighty Spectre. This was definitely not this evil plot I had to take over the line and make myself the center of Motu. It was literally just... That's the way it organically worked out. I had no idea.
That's it. It's just the way it organically worked out. It just worked out that way that I took over the Masters of the Universe and made myself the center. It wasn't intentional. It was not an evil plot to take over Master Universe and put myself in the center. It just worked out that way that I took over Master Universe and put myself in the center. It just worked out organically that I took over Master Universe and put myself in the center. Just yeah, evil raccoon, that evil raccoon face. That's just right there. That's this guy right there.
Never done that. I would have never given Lieutenant Spectre my face if I knew one day I'd get to do a Mighty Spectre. This was definitely not this evil plot I had to take over the line and make myself the center of Motu. It was literally just, that's the way it organically worked out. I had no idea
that's just the way
at
it
the
worked
time
out.
of Lieutenant Spectre with the guards.
That's just the way it worked out. It just worked out that way. Just worked out that way.
Mighty Spectre was coming down the line. And, you know, there shouldn't be two Spectres.
Right, he was only the project manager, right? It wasn't an evil plot. He's not like he was in charge of the product as the product manager. It's not like he had say over every, you know, fucking decision that they made. Yet he did.
In the line, that'd be weird. All right, the other issue to address off the bat is the whole Deadpool similarity.
Oh, the Deadpool. So he's going to address the fact that he looks just like Deadpool. I mean, wow, he even pulls out that one Deadpool that had the fucking chest piece that looked just like that. Because he already looked like Deadpool, but I was like, oh, what? Is it Deadpool that actually looks like that? I mean, seriously, look at that. Look at that. That chest piece. It looks exactly like this Deadpool over here. What? He is Deadpool.
So, yes, I get it that Mighty Spectre's chest harness looks a lot like modern Deadpool's chest harness. But that was not the Deadpool that I knew. I know that Deadpool has had many...
Wait. It's not the Deadpool you knew? What do you mean that's not the Deadpool you knew? When you did what? How is it not the Deadpool you knew?
Over the years, they've all basically had the same red outfit, and it's only in recent years that he started having a chest harness with a red circle in the center.
Really? You think this is the one thing, this is the thing that makes him look like Deadpool? You think this chest harness thing is the thing that people are referring to when they say he looks just like fucking Deadpool? Really?
Center.
This guy is so deluded. This guy is so deluded. He has no idea. Even he can't even comprehend what they're even complaining about. What are you even complaining about? I don't even know what you guys are even complaining about. To be honest, I mean seriously.
So this was not the Deadpool that I kind of grew up with when I was a kid. This is what Deadpool looked like. It was the Rob Liefeld version, and he was basically just a guy in spandex with a face mask. So, yeah, the fact that Deadpool now wears a harness that looks like Mighty Spectre, it wasn't something I borrowed from Deadpool. I had Spectre wearing his harness years before Deadpool wore it, but the world didn't know him. He was just in my head. So, you know, it's hard to prove that, especially because the artwork I did of him that I sent into Marvel, is long gone. And I'll get to that in a moment. And yes, I also know that Deadpool eventually recruited a whole bunch of other Deadpools in different colors, including a purple one. But, you know, again, I created Mighty Spectre years before this. You'll also note that he doesn't have the Mighty Spectre Deadpool harness with the circle in the middle.
So he doesn't have the circle in the harness with the thing in the middle?
Yes. You'll also note that he doesn't have the Mighty Spectre.
Oh, he's not quite going like this, like the one that you got, but he's still a purple Deadpool. Oh, he's not quite exactly like the one you got. Hey.
Deadpool harness with the circle in the middle.
Right,
but,
it's very different.
You know, it's all about love, and if people want to see it as a Deadpool ripoff, that's fine. It was never my intention, and this is actually what he looked like. When I created Mighty Spectre as a kid, it was more of like a cartoony character, if you will. Kind of like a Looney Tune, where he wore a spade around his belt and he could stretch his arms around his body, and he smoked a cigar and had cow horns and these giant eyes with floating eyebrows.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What? He's got a cigar and a what? Horns on his head. Okay, nobody's saying that looks like Deadpool. All right, Nobody saw your little picture that you drew when you were a little kid, right? Nobody saw this picture. Why are you showing us this picture of a guy? Because what we're judging is the final product, the action figure that was made. Dark purple, fucking Deadpool guy with like a yellow fucking outfit. He basically has the color scheme of fucking Bible Man. He's like Bible Man meets Deadpool. He's like a Deadpool Bible Man. And he's dumb as fuck. And he yeah. That looks like a female. S plus A. Spectre. Wait a minute. Oh my god. You see the letters in there? S. I see the S, P, the E, the R, T. The C is he put every. Oh my god, that's so obnoxious. Oh my god, the logo on this thing's chest. Look at that. This is every letter of the word Spectre. S, P, E. Is it C, A, R? What's going on here? T. No O. Where's the O? What's going on here? What is this? What? That is the dumbest logo on his chest. The Spectre logo. Right? Yeah, it's better to have an ace. There's also an ace there. What the fuck? Yeah, that definitely ain't the knockoff Deadpool figure. Where the hell are the eyes? I don't know. This is bad. This drawing is. This is not the thing that looks like Deadpool. Not this. I don't know what this is. I never saw this. Nobody.
That S on his chest says the word Spectre. You can work it out.
Yeah, I can work it out. It's you could work it out. The essence it says Spectre. You can work it out. Is that the wrong hand? Yeah, that's the wrong hand. The thumb's over here. You don't have the thumb on this side of the hand when that's the left hand. It's fucked up.
Out, but it's SPECTOR, like told in one sentence.
Yeah, I don't see the O though. I'm honestly not seeing the O. I'm seeing all the letters except the O. The O's not working. Not seeing the O working here.
Symbol. So this is what he looked like when I was a kid.
Yeah, nobody's complaining about that. Nobody's claiming that. Oh, see, I had Spectre before that. Well, you made him look like Deadpool. Not as a kid. As a kid, he doesn't look anything like Deadpool, right? He looks entirely different. He's got horns and like he wears pink. This is not the character anybody's complaining about, right? We're complaining about the character that came out, okay, in the 2000s, right? Much later. Not this one you'd made when you were a kid. No one's complaining about this. They're worried about the actual official Masters of the Universe action figure that you actually released. Not this. This guy doesn't look like Deadpool. I don't care. The other thing looks like Deadpool.
When I first created Spectre, or
yeah,
called him the Mighty Spectre, he was like a wizard cow character.
A wizard cow character. He should have had them make that thing. Probably would have had some salt much, but at least would have been original. Yeah, that would have been an interesting figure. That would have been a fine figure. Yeah, weird horde thing with the pink cape, sure.
So as I grew up and got more into toy play, I definitely redesigned him, and a huge influence was that Construx alien character. And was also Darkhawk, who was one of my favorite characters from Marvel. And you can
Darkhawk? 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 Darkhawk. Darkhawk. Who? Darkhawk. What? Darkhawk Marvel. Darkhawk Marvel. You like Darkhawk? Who the fuck is Darkhawk? That's Darkhawk. Wow. Darkhawk looks stupid. That's Darkhawk? Who the Darkhawk? Darkhawk. 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 That's just stupid. Darkhawk. Darkhawk? Darkhawk. Look at this guy, Darkhawk. Look at this fucking guy. Darkhawk. 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 That's stupid. I've never heard of Darkhawk. He's fighting Iron Man, Spider-Man. Who the fuck never heard of Darkhawk? This fucking Darkhawk. What? Get out of here, Darkhawk. Yeah, no idea. Cylon head? Yeah. Okay, what? Looks like Rom. I don't know, it looks like Batman. Oh my god, is there a figure? Is there really a figure of Darkhawk? Nah, that's somebody made their own custom figure. Really? There is no Darkhawk figure. There's no... Oh, maybe there is. Is there really a Darkhawk? There is a Darkhawk figure. Yes, there is a Darkhawk figure. There he is. Came with the Marvel Legends. Look at this Darkhawk. Look at this Darkhawk figure. Darkhawk! Darkhawk! Yeah, there he is. Darkhawk with his weird wings and shit. What's going on here? Darkhawk. What the fuck? Stupid. Darkhawk.
Kind of see the influence with the eyes, with the red there. And I actually drew up Mighty Spectre using this as a template, this 1992 card series with the space background and the geometric shapes. And this is what I sent into Marvel as a submission. But as I know now as a professional, large companies like Marvel and Mattel and Warner Brothers, DC, can't take unsolicited material. It's not legal because then they could get sued. And I got this wonderful form letter telling me they got my idea and unfortunately they couldn't move forward with it. When I mentioned that he was rejected by Marvel, a lot of people were like, oh, it's such a terrible idea, even Marvel rejected it. Well, no, it's a form letter. Marvel rejects all unsolicited material.
Oh, you see what he's saying, though? He's saying that, you know, Marvel didn't reject it. They couldn't take it. So what you're saying is that they did? That they wanted it. Oh, yeah, Marvel wanted fucking the Mighty Spectre. Yeah, they wanted it. Can you hear what he's saying? He's fucking saying that...
By Marvel, a lot of people were like, oh, it's such a terrible idea, even Marvel rejected it. Well, no, it's a form letter. Marvel rejects all unsolicited material.
Yeah, Marvel rejects all. So they had to reject my idea. They wanted it. They wanted it. They would have taken my purple Deadpool back in the fucking 80s, but, you know, they couldn't. They literally couldn't. Even though the fucking Marvel loved his design for Bible Man Deadpool character. He's a purple Deadpool who has horns and the whole word Spectre is in one logo with a bunch of just a blob of shapes that spells Spectre. He's like Darkhawk. Darkhawk occasionally worked with the New Warriors and was a provisional member of the West Coast Avengers. Darkhawk also battled a number of costumed villains, including the Brotherhood of Mutants. Well, see what fuck. I'm saying he legitimately thinks that Marvel would have taken the idea. They just couldn't. They couldn't, because they can't.
Large companies like Marvel and Mattel and Warner Brothers, DC, can't take unsolicited material. It's not legal because then they could get sued. And
see, they can't take that material. So they would have if they copyright laws, they would have got in trouble. So, they really wanted this purple Deadpool.
Marvel rejected it. Well, no, it's a form
No,
letter.
no,
Marvel
it's-
rejects all unsolicited material. It had nothing to do with Mighty Spectre. So the redesign...
It had nothing to do with the Mighty Spectre. The Mighty Spectre was a great character. They totally wanted him. They just couldn't take him.
When I sent him into Marvel in the late 80s, early 90s, was basically the look he has now, where his eyes were big and red on his mask. This came from Scooby-Doo.
What?
Creating means putting yourself on the canvas. So when you're ready to...
Shut up.
Where are you?
Yeah, I know what fucking Scooby-Doo is. Did he just tell me what Scooby-Doo was? From Scooby-Doo. You know what Scooby-Doo is? You know that cartoon with the dog where they investigate crimes? The theme song, Scooby-Doo. You remember that? Remember that show, Scooby-Doo? Do you remember that show, Scooby-Doo? Are you familiar with Scooby-Doo? Are you familiar with Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Or the Scooby-Doo Mysteries. Are you familiar? Fuck you, buddy.
So those letters in the beginning, with the way they were, just somehow inspired the eyes. His belt, on the other hand.
What? The letters inspired the eyes.
Where are you?
The letters that came out inspired the eyes. Okay.
So those letters in the beginning, with the way they were, just somehow inspired the eyes. His belt, on the other hand.
You didn't explain that at all. You didn't explain how did fuck you.
Was also inspired by another, well, Warner Brothers character, which was Batman, specifically the 1966 Batman. I thought it was so awesome that he had this belt that could hold everything. And I thought, well, if Batman has one belt that goes around his waist, what if he takes that belt and has it like going up his chest and down his back? I mean, basically...
Now picture that. But everywhere.
So his inspiration for his belt is that what if he just had the belt everywhere, right? Just belts everywhere, just covering his body with belts. Imagine how effective Batman could be if he just had utility belts all over his body. A belt around his head, a belt around his neck, a belt around his ass, a couple belts around his cock, you know what I mean?
Where the yellow harness and yellow belt came from. As far as him being purple, well, what can I say? Purple is my favorite color. It's always been my favorite color. I think it comes from when I was a kid, my grandmother gave me a purple Pegasus that I had on my shelf as a very young kid, and maybe that's what did it. All right, Ace of Spades. What's with the spade logo? I just think the spade logo is cool. I thought it was mysterious and awesome, and ever since I was a kid, you can see from that graffiti I did earlier in the video on the sidewalk, I just loved spades, and I thought it was a great symbol. I use it for my company now, Spectral Creative.
What? So he just thinks the ace is cool. He has no reason, just he thinks the ace is cool. It just looks cool. It's great.
So, putting him into the Motu Classics line, Terry did some work with me, and we tried some different versions. First, we tried giving him furry shorts to make him look like a Motu character, but that just wasn't working. It was this weird mix of sort of technology and the furry shorts. I also had him with his laser whip and with boot jets, because I always thought he would have boot jets and fly around, and you could like snap those into the bottom. He went through a redesign. Terry gave him the Manny Faces shorts crotch piece, and also redesigned the controller on his wrist to look like the Cosmic Key. This was an awesome addition on Terry's part that really sort of brought him into the Motu world. And then you can see all the little power capsules in his around his ankle there, or his thigh, with one of them in the gun. So when the Horseman sculpted the figure, and I got to see him first, I think at New York Comic-Con, New York Toy Fair, wow, I mean, I was just blown away seeing this character that came from my mind as a figure. This was like one of the coolest moments of my life. Now, I really wanted to design him like he had been a vintage figure. Since we were creating new figures for the 30th anniversary, I wanted him to have the feel like he could have been in the vintage line. And discovered first as a character from the vintage line. And I was very conscious of that.
This is fucking, yeah. This was, oh my god. See, this, what's going on right here?
New York Toy Fair. Wow, I mean, I was just blown away seeing this character that came from my mind as...
This is, right here, this is from like a comic thing that somebody made mocking this. And he's using it in his video. It's very funny. It's funny, and it's telling how little self-awareness this guy's got, right? Because this is a comic making fun of him, where he made little versions of himself, right, in the continuity, right? Made these little action figures of the Spectre, and his evil plot is to take the back to 1982 and mix it in with the other figures. Right, his plan is that he's time travels, right? He's got a time travel ability, so he can travel through time throughout the Master Universe and just stick himself into the Master Universe storyline. That's what he's doing here. Just shoving himself very, very clumsily into the Masters of the Universe storyline. No one forced people to buy this, though. What? No one forced people to buy this, though. Well, when has anybody been forced to buy an action figure? I don't know what you're saying there. People aren't forced to buy the action figures. Should they be? Are you saying people should be forced to buy action figures? That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Perhaps we should force people to buy action figures. Good one. Zayas Baltar. Yes, I agree with you. We should force people to buy action figures. Everyone now is mandated to buy. We all mandated to buy the fucking purple Deadpool. We all have to have one now. Now you don't have a choice. You gotta buy one. Sorry.
This was like one of the coolest moments of my life.
I don't make the rules.
Now, I really wanted to design him like he had been a vintage figure. Since we were creating new figures for the 30th anniversary, I wanted him to have the feel like he could have been in the vintage line. And discovered first as a character.
Did you hear that noise he made with his mouth there? Did you hear that? He made some.
He could have been in the vintage line. And discovered. Have the feel like he could have been.
Yeah, did you hear that weird noise he made? He made some weird kind of was it a swallow or what?
Since we were creating new figures for the 30th anniversary, I wanted him to have the feel like he could have been in the.
Did you hear that weird squish? There was like a weird squish of spit in his mouth that just sounded disgusting.
Since we were creating new figures for the 30th anniversary, I wanted him to have the feel like he could have.
God, this shit. Yeah, God, that just freaks me out. That noise he just made with his mouth, whatever the fuck that was. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. 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 God. Wait, why is Paul's ego on the left? That's funny. It's Gwildor over there. It's funny. God.
Been in the vintage line. And discovered first as a character from the vintage line. And I was very...
Who is this guy? What is this guy? Why? Why? So fucking stupid. Okay. God.
Conscious of that when we were using the shared parts, as well as the fact that his laser knife was going to be his action feature. We had to drop the whip because of tooling costs, but I insisted on keeping the knife. Well, actually, I got the choice, knife or whip. And the reason that I chose to keep the knife and not the whip, since I could only have one, was that the knife would have been his vintage action feature. It would have been like Wolverine with the pop-out claws. The idea was the knife would have gone in and out with a little lever. So, and the whip would have been kind of the extra part he got for being updated into classics. Speaking of being updated...
What? Yeah, so wait. He's already worked out that the guy would have been a vintage figure. In the vintage line, it would have been an action feature, but in the classics line, he would have gotten the whip. What?
When the Create a Character contest in the vintage line had some shared parts that it suggested people use, and after Spectre was released, a few fans noticed that there were some parts you could put together that kind of looked like Mighty Spectre, more or less. And honestly, I never saw this before, but yeah, that's kind of cool. It's definitely one of those coincidences. And it was cool to see some fans come up with what he could have looked like had he been in the vintage line doing some fan customs. There was also a Chuck Norris Karate Commando figure that looks really scarily like Spectre, which I'd never heard of this figure until I did Spectre and fans pointed this out. So, hey, you know, I'm not the only one creating purple figures with...
Yeah. Well, I would also like to point out Bible Man, if I may. Bible Man, right? You know what I'm saying? Bible Man. Also looks like that. But it's... Yeah.
Till I did Spectre, and fans pointed this out. So, hey, you know, I'm not the only one creating...
So he didn't know that this guy existed. He didn't know about Super Ninja. He didn't know about the Super Ninja figure. He admits that Super Ninja looks like the Spectre. He doesn't, though. He's got a big head of hair. He's got like a big afro on top. He doesn't look like... Why can't you admit that he looks like Deadpool?
Purple figures with yellow belts going up and down. So there he was, part of the Masters of the Universe Classics line. I mean, to say this was an absolute dream come true was not even coming close. I never, ever imagined getting to do something like this and getting my name on a burst on the front of the package like that. It was a huge honor. The one big regret I do have is that I used the tagline that he was the heroic master of time travel. I think this contributed to the fact that people saw him as a Mary Sue, that I was trying to like use a time travel character to rewrite history. But really, this was just an homage to the way the original line, or even Origins, every character is like the heroic master of something, of weapons, of, you know, etc. What I would have done in hindsight is just called him heroic time traveling spy, because that more accurately describes what he is. There was no evil plot, there was no attempt to make him the new center of the brand or anything like that. In fact, that's why I actually had Illuminata kill him in the mini-comic, just to sort of prove that and be like, no, I'm not trying to take over the brand. We were just trying to add characters that would move the brand forward, and time travel was a great way to do that because it could connect King Grayskull's time with King He-Man's time, and Spectre was a big part of that in the storyline. I'm really glad we did him, and hey, I treasure him, and a lot of people have told me they like him too.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people told you that they like him too. Of course you like your own action figure. Why the fuck wouldn't you like your own action figure? What the fuck are you even talking about? That doesn't make fucking any sense. Oh, he likes his own action figure. That's nice. And other people said they like it too. To your fucking face. What do you think they're going to say to your face?
I want to do a good deed on October 1st.
Put him on the table.
He's a fucking idiot. This guy is.
Antonio Soprano. I just got this jacket. The many saints of Newark, a Soprano.
See, that's what I'm saying. Fucking goddamn Pixel Dan.
Of the Masters of the Universe Classics, the Mighty Spectre. Probably one of the most controversial characters ever created for Masters of the Universe. Mighty Spectre is the third figure in the 30th anniversary collection, and the second brand new character created for the line. This one was created by Mattel brand manager Scott Toy Guru Neitlich. Now, regardless of how you feel about the
figure, which at the time, this was like in 2012, mind you. Back in 2012, people were like, what the fuck's up with this toy? I've only heard about this recently. I only recently heard that this guy, Scott Neitlich, returned the Masters of the Universe into his own private fan fiction. I had heard this, but I decided to look into it. Yeah, Pixel Dan is a total shill for the company. Yeah, he will suck their dicks to get the first early figures in the mail. Right? He will suck some serious dick. He will say, "I will suck any Mattel executive's dick. I don't care. I just want to get the new slightly green colored Tila. I will lick your balls. I will tongue your asshole. I will your entire underside will be completely licked by me. Just please give me that repaint of the fucking sorceress, goddammit."
this character, I feel the need to mention that I will be focusing on the figure itself through this video, and not anyone's personal feelings on the character.
Oh, he's not going to review the character himself. Has he ever reviewed the character himself? He's not going to discuss anybody's personal feelings about this character. He's going to talk about the figure itself and what a high-quality figure it is. He's going to talk about its build. He's going to talk about how tight the joints are and that it's a really nice figure and that it's shiny.
So with that said, let's jump right in and take a look. Spector comes on the standard Masters of the Universe Classics blister card packaging.
No shit, he comes in the standard blister card packaging. Great.
There is a yellow burst on the front letting you know that the character...
Yellow burst on the front letting you know that it's created by Scott Nitlick. Look, it says Scott Nitlick right there. Created by Scott Nitlick. It's created by Scott Nitlick. Ain't that cute? That is adorable.
Character was created by Scott Nitlick. The back of the box shows off a selection of other figures in the lineup.
Oh, look at the other figures we got in the lineup here. We got King Hiss. What? Was his name actually like that? Just a bunch of S's? I don't remember that. The Mighty Spector, Heroic Master of Time Travel. That's great. Wonderful. Stop that. Hurricane Hordak, Ruthless, leader of the Wicked, with wicked whirling weapons. Yep, that's nice. We got Battleground Tila, heroic heir to the sorceress. I don't know. There's Lieutenant Spector. Lieutenant Spector, that's, you know, he's the Mighty Spector and Lieutenant Spector. They're the same guy. He stuck his fucking, wow. Evil Lyn. Evil Lyn? Did they not have an Evil Lyn before now? Or Cobra Khan? Master of Snakes? Heroic Master of Cameras. Fearless Photog. That's amazing. Boy, for the 30th anniversary, they started, well, 2012. Whatever. It's fucking stupid. So he's got two figures in this line. He's got the Mighty Spector and Lieutenant Spector.
As well as gives us a bio for this brand new character.
The bio. Real name, John Spector. After Skeletor's banished case. I don't know, I'm not reading that.
The Mighty Spector's outfit is quite a bit different from what we are usually seeing in Masters of the Universe. It does have a definite superhero vibe to it, but it still has a good amount of reused parts from other figures in the line. The head, of course, is an all-new piece, featuring a head completely covered in a purple mask. The bodysuit is the same purple, which has a bit of a metallic shine to it. You can see how the light reflects off of the costume, which I actually really like the look of.
Oh, he likes the look of the fucking slightly shiny plastic.
Over the purple suit, Spector is wearing a yellow armor harness, which is attached to a blaster holder on his right leg, and sports a spade on his chest. The silver of the boots and gauntlet have a very shiny gunmetal-like paint job, while the gauntlet on his right arm is a metallic bronze. I'm a bit curious why the gauntlet on the right arm is such a different color. I do sort of feel like it would have looked a little better if it was the same silver as the other gauntlet and the boots. Now on his left arm he has a time travel device, which is a miniaturized version of the Cosmic Key. The sculpt on this is actually really cool. You can see quite a bit of detail went into this tiny little attachment, and there's even some cool little symbols written on there.
Yeah. Spawn. He looks like Spawn too. Yeah, I see you guys in the chat. He does look like Spawn, or Spider-Man, or Deadpool. The fact is he's really not very original at all. He looks very like a comic book character. He does not look like a Masters of the Universe character. He doesn't. I mean, look at him. That's what a Masters of the Universe character looks like. He looks like Deadpool. He's a purple Deadpool or purple Spider-Man, the red eyes. Whatever he's not, he's not fucking. This is not like fucking Scarlet Spidey. Yeah, or something.
Alright, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the mighty Spector. Now, Spector has got the pretty standard Masters of the Universe classic style articulation going on here. And one thing to note is that all of the joints are very tight on this figure. Very nicely done. You can see shoulders are good. They got a real nice solid rotation going on there. They're real tight. Biceps twist great. Elbows, wrists, waist. Legs still can position all the way outwards. They can go forwards, backwards, so the little loincloth doesn't really hinder anything. The holster on the leg doesn't hinder anything. You can still, it's got a full range of movement still, even with the holster there. The ankles, even though they're the old style here, they're still very tight. They actually hold really firm. So articulation is great on this guy. Now, the way the armor works is you can see that the holster for his gun is actually attached down around the leg and on the belt and everything here. So if you want to pop all this off, there are 2 pegs right here on the back. Just pop that off. You can fold that down over the chest area there. And then there is also another peg on the back of the leg. Pop that off. And we've got the armor fully removed from Mighty Spector. Now, one other cool thing is that you can actually remove the holster from the belt as well. So there's actually just a peg on the side. You can pop that off. I guess that way if you ever want to change things up and take his holster off, you can have just the harness by itself. You can have the leg holster by itself. That's kind of a neat little function there. Also makes you wonder if they ever plan to reuse something like this in the future, you know. And then, you know, of course, they got the gun that can holster in there, which is a really nice touch. It's cool always having somewhere to store the weapons on the figures. So there you go, guys. I mean, it's pretty standard. Nothing really out of the ordinary with this figure here. Just the...
Nothing out of the ordinary, you know. It's just a figure. This guy knows the story behind this figure. He knows the story. He's acting like he doesn't. He's acting like people aren't happy with this figure because he's a little too comic booky. What he's saying is that he's too generic comic book. Right. He looks like a generic comic book character, not a He-Man character. That's what people complain about. But the real problem is that he is fucking one of the creative directors inserting himself into He-Man or his own stupid fucking fan fiction. He created some character when he was a kid, and he has like a time travel device, and he can travel throughout the entire He-Man universe and just appear wherever now. This character, unlike, say, the Fearless Photog, for instance, is fucking from this line. The character that's a fucking camera. He has a camera for a head. I give a fuck about the Fearless Photog. Because Fearless Photog is not going to be jumping through time and showing up in like behind Prince Adam in an episode of fucking He-Man. That's what this character can do. He's fucking stupid.
Good articulation and removable armor. There you go.
There you go. Well, you see, he's
just the good articulation and removable armor. There you go.
There you go. He's acting like he has no idea what the controversy around this figure is. He's acting like he's a little comic book. He's a very generic comic book character. You know, he's not too unusual. You know, God.
Standard, nothing really out of the ordinary with this figure here. Just the good articulation and removable armor. There you go.
I don't even know what people are so upset about. I don't even know. It's a very nicely articulated figure. He's nicely articulated. He's kind of shiny. He's shiny. I mean, the gold gauntlet doesn't match the silver gauntlet. He's got a gold gauntlet on one hand and a silver gauntlet on the other, which, you know, they could be nice if the gold gauntlet, you know, matched the silver one. And yeah, he does look kind of comic booky, but I like his shiny car, you know, is he alright?
go.
There you go. There you go. It's all right. There's nothing wrong here. Look at this guy. He's fine. He's fine. Christ, God damn it, motherfucker. He's fine. It's fine.
Otto's posts on He-Man message boards.
Allegedly.
And fan advocate and a member
Oh,
of the
yeah, let's talk about
himself.
fucking.
And then I went to.
But unfortunately, Mattel reps in previewing the PowerCon exclusives kept referring to the set as Faker and Copycat. Oops! And that's not rumor. That's from the mouth of the PowerCon organizer himself.
And then I went to Mattel and said, hey, you know, just so you know, there's this awesome customizer named Joe Amato, and he made this version called Copycat, and a lot of fans know about it. And, you know, I am worried that when this comes out, fans might think that you got the idea from them. You know, is there anything we can do? Can we throw Joe a bone or whatever? And they said, no, we came up with this. You know, this is something we did. Then Dan did an interview with some of the guys from Mattel, and they started calling Duplicat Copycat. And I was kind of like, that's made me kind of like just bite my lip quite a bit, because I'm like, that's not the kind of thing that really cements absolute faith in the fans when they're hearing Joe's Customs name being used rather than the one that they created internally. In our community, you can't not know about Copycat, and you can't not know have Joe have done it.
So yeah, two of the biggest voices in Masters of the Universe fandom failed to challenge Mattel and protect a fan. Val Staples of He-Man.org and PowerCon, and Pixel Dan himself when he conducted the interview.
I remember one year at PowerCon, I was there and I saw how many people were making, you know, their own versions of it. I've definitely seen like fans do versions of that over the years. And then when we came up with the cat, we were like, let's make a copycat. Okay, so Duplicat is actually the name, right? I think that's the name that was on the press release.
How can you call yourself?
Oh, no. Not only that, he corrected him. He's like, wait, don't call him Copycat, call him Duplicat. Because, right? He didn't just not call him out on it. He corrected him. I mean, calling him out would be like, whoa. Hey, isn't Copycat really, you know, the inspiration for Duplicat? No. He just was like, whoa. Don't you mean Duplicat? Oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
Val Staples of He-Man.org and PowerCon, and Pixel Dan himself when he conducted the interview.
I remember one year at PowerCon, I was there and I saw how many people were making, you know, their own versions of it. I've definitely seen like fans do versions of that over the years. And then when we came up with the cat, we were like, let's make a copycat. Okay, so Duplicat is actually the name, right? I think that's the name that was on the press release.
How can you call yourself a fan advocate and a member of this community in good faith when you won't even challenge the parent company when they're allegedly stealing a fan's work? And don't tell me that they didn't know. Val already admitted he knew, and Pixel Dan is just as big in the community as Val Staples. This isn't a failure or lapse of judgment on Val and Pixel Dan's part. It is willful avoidance to maintain good relationships with Mattel at the expense of their fellow fans.
You know, that takes care of...
Yeah, that's right, Jesse. The fan-made version of Copycat looks way better. I mean, he does. Look at this thing. Look at that. That looks so much better. I like the fact that it's like, you know, it's half the face over here. That's cool. It's just part of the leg. There's some exposed tubing here, and of course, the fact that
renaming the beast
that it's battle damage Faker. You know what I'm saying?
Of PowerCon.
It's not just a Faker. It is a battle damaged Faker, right? Right. That's kind of the cool thing on a
exclusive
on a battle damaged fucking battle cat. Or not really a battle cat, but you know what I'm saying. It's cooler looking.
As an Origins 2-pack, renaming the beast.
Duplicat. Very similar, same color scheme, same thing going on. It's not even funny. You know what I'm saying?
World and deliberately deaf to the experiences of the normal people in the toy aisles. His responses to these issues of poor distribution, low production volumes, and rising prices are typically corporate in their attitude and rationale. He tells us to disregard what we see and not listen to what we hear. He tells us what's good for the corporation is good for the consumer. And why wouldn't he? Neitlich has always been about himself and his own ambitions. He couldn't care less about the average collector in the toy aisle. This is a man who is desperately trying to curry favor with the big toy industry to take him back. And he's got plenty of time on his hands to make his appeals. Because when you can't even stick it out at Loot Crate, all you've got is time. Neitlich would have you believe your experiences in the modern toy aisle aren't what you think them to be. That all of this is excellent for the toy companies, therefore you as the customer should be grateful. And over the years, Neitlich has taken every opportunity with toy industry promoters like Val Staples' PowerCon to push that message of obedient consumerism. Val Staples and guys like him are willing agents of toy industry representatives like Scott Neitlich.
You know, you want to see what he looks like with Lieutenant Spector's head? I just happen to have a Lieutenant.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you just carry yourself in your pocket.
This is the danger in getting too chummy with
you just carry yourself in your pocket at all times, right?
Agents of toy industry representatives like Scott Neitlich.
You know, you want to see what he looks like with Lieutenant Spector's head? I just happen to have a Lieutenant.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you just carry yourself in your pocket.
This is the danger in getting too chummy with big toy companies. You can kiss objectivity goodbye with a lot of these personalities, and before you know it, they're selling you the same messages as Neitlich. So make no mistake about the relationships between people like Val Staples and the toy industry.
Like, they are full.
The rapid sellouts of product, the terrible distribution, the exorbitant costs, turning the toy collecting hobby into an online game show where you're always praying you'll be the first one to hit the buzzer before the item changes in seconds to sold out. These are long-standing issues that can be mitigated, but rather than do anything about them, the companies do nothing. And what is Neitlich's recommended solution?
Well, they said they'd be grateful.
Be grateful, Neitlich says. It's not what you think.
They learned that bad things can be made to look good.
But the thing is, Scott, it is exactly what we think it is.
And why we should always be careful and question everything that doesn't seem right.
Your spin of these issues doesn't solve the problem.
Paint rust any color you want, it's still rust.
Companies have to sell products to make money. Neitlich acts like these businesses do us a favor by making anything at all. If they didn't make products, how long would these companies last, Scott? This isn't a consortium of toy-loving millionaires that do this action figure thing for fun. When your default position is to defend the companies that no longer employ you, there's a fire somewhere because I can smell the smoke. What it boils down to is this. Scott Neitlich is one of the major players responsible for putting the mainstream action figure industry in the terrible place we find it today. If the stories are to be believed, a lot of them coming from Neitlich himself, Neitlich was one of the major torchbearers for premium-priced, online-exclusive figure lines. He had a hand in convincing the brass at Mattel that He-Man and Ghostbusters wouldn't sell at retail. As soon as he was gone from Mattel, Ghostbusters figures were in stores again, while Super 7 took over the Masters of the Universe responsibilities. Sadly, the damage had been done. Mattel lost the licenses for Ghostbusters and DC Comics in rapid succession to competitors. And today, Hasbro has Ghostbusters back on store shelves, and McFarlane secured the DC Comics license for retail pegs. Oh, sure, one man can't be solely responsible for the machinations of multiple companies and business realities over the course of 20 years. But it takes a village, and Neitlich was a major influencer in that village over important brands for several years at a crucial time. So yeah, Neitlich bears a measurable part of the responsibility for the direction the toy industry has gone. Despite this online sales push, Masters of the Universe Classics figures started showing up at retailers like Big Lots and Toys R Us, and I'd love to know what the brass at Mattel thought of that. It wasn't long after these events that Matty Collector was shuttered by the parent company. According to Nightlick, he left of his own choosing. However, behind the scenes, it was clear they'd had enough of the many customer complaints about Matty Collector, and probably just as many about products like Nightlick's Mighty Spectre and Molar, the Eternian Dentist.
The Eternian Dentist. Molar, the Eternian Dentist. Fantastic. This guy actually comes with a special Skeletor that goes on a fucking dentist chair and is missing a tooth. Because that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants a fucking... the Masters of the Universe fucking dentist, right? Yeah, that's what everybody wants, right? This was from a fucking episode of Robot Chicken. So they did a fucking joke fucking figure. Molar, the dentist. That's just stupid. Ah, that's dumb.
And let's not forget, it was Nightlick himself in the aftermath of his departure that acknowledged online the amount of negativity being thrown at Matty Collector by customers, and Mattel had had enough. Nightlick didn't go quietly, as he continues to tout his former Mattel credentials to this very day.
I still remember the day.
Not the story.
But true to form, he never put any of the onus for the decision to shut down Matty Collector on the corporation. Instead, he blamed the customers. He blamed them for being negative and implored them to maintain blind positivity toward corporate product lines, despite the many frustrations with terrible quality control of the figures themselves and egregious mismanagement of the purchasing process from an outsourced third-party company called Digital River. Specifically, Nightlick blamed a blog called Nefty's House of Rants that was being read by less than 50 people for the demise of Matty Collector. He blamed a blog, a tiny blog, not the suits that actually control such decisions, not himself for Masters of the Universe going to Super 7 practically on his watch. He blamed a fan blog. It's an unprecedented low in an era where corporations shaming fans is commonplace, and arguably the only thing worthy of a trophy that Nightlick has ever accomplished. That's Nightlick's entire modus operandi toward customers and collectors. Be happy and settle for whatever you end up with. Don't ask questions. Don't demand better, just buy the next thing offered. Be positive toward whatever corporations do at all times.
Be happy in your work.
As for the mythology...
There you go, yeah. And yes, Molar is real. The Eternian Dentist, that is real. It makes me glad you don't collect action figures. Yeah, I don't collect them either. I just want a couple. I just want Scareglow, man. I just wanted a Trapjaw. I got a Scareglow, but I'm never going to get that fucking Trapjaw. You know what I mean? There's a couple figures I want. I feel bad for those guys that like obsessively, compulsively fucking have to get the whole set. The guys who are like the completionists that have to get the whole set, those are the ones that are really screwed. Personally, I just went to Scareglow. And I found him for retail. I did not pay through the nose for him. I just watched. I just kept an eye out. Managed to find it when it was available. Boom. Oh, you found it on eBay? Yeah, Brian, how much is that Molar figure going for on eBay anyway? Right? How much is Molar on eBay going for? Let's see, what does a Molar go for on eBay? Jesus Christ. Fuck. God. Like $125? Jesus Christ. Why? Fuck.
Of He-Man, Nightlick claims Revelations is nothing but awesome, and everything's a different universe, so it's all good. He also claims these new shows aren't made for us. That tired argument. Disregarding the fact that Revelations was marketed as being for us, Nightlick's claim that it's a different universe and therefore totally cool goes back to what I said earlier. When you have no talent, you reboot. Rebooting and retooling requires no thought and very little skill. And most of the time, all you succeed in doing is breaking what other people proved worked like gangbusters. rather than build on these stories, and in doing so get new viewers interested in the entire narrative history of the franchise. Talentless hacks like Nightlick slap the multiverse label on the pig and grab a lot of lipstick. By starting over constantly, it dilutes the appeal of every iteration of the property. Doctor Who took the opposite approach and hasn't relied on multiverse strategy to change directions. Yes, at present the series is suffering under a lame showrunner, but the 2005 relaunch of the series is, to this very day, still following off the past 58 years without narrative multiverses. Taking the opposite approach with Doctor Who brought in a whole new audience for the franchise itself, and increased interest with young people in watching the original classic episodes, because the new show was a direct continuation of the original series. You cannot achieve that by jumping into your own multiverse so you can tell whatever story you want like Nightlick did. Using the multiverse approach instantly cul-de-sacs the mythology. Create too many of these multiverses and you end up like Masters of the Universe and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Franchises that stay just popular enough to keep making uneven relaunch attempts, but where all of the goodwill remains with the original iterations. Originals that the property owners are unwilling or unable to revisit and continue because they won't pay the various royalties out to the parties involved. Saying everything is a multiverse is the equivalent of saying working within an established narrative framework doesn't matter, and yet the original framework resonated with audiences and made it super popular. Changing it and just calling it a multiverse is a road to ruin. Great stories become great because they were carefully considered and built upon, resulting in bastions of renowned fiction that make sense within their own rules and earned massive amounts of credibility with the public. Multiverse theory undermines the importance of solid world building and logical storytelling in film and television. Right now, we're watching the Marvel cinematic juggernaut begin to buckle under the multiverse ideas that cracked the foundations of the MCU the moment they were introduced in Endgame.
Time doesn't work that way. Changing the past doesn't change the future.
No! Why? The DC television and film productions have never fully gotten their feet under them with audiences thanks to the multiverse approach to their strategy, and Star Trek is a dumpster fire due to the multiverse approach. But Nightlick will never see this differently. He's a guy who created a character for himself, based on his own self-deluded fantasies of omniscience that travels through time. In doing so, he always knows exactly what to do to win the day. At least, that's how Nightlick sees himself. He broke an entire universe just so he could place himself and his hackneyed ideas within it, and then go play dress-up as his He-Man character at comic conventions. And when pressed about how he and others like Kevin Smith have damaged Masters of the Universe, his response is that it doesn't matter because it's all multiverses anyway, once again disregarding and dismissing the experiences of his own customers. I said before in the Game of Clones video that Generation X's spate of filmmakers have woven a disappointing legacy in which they habitually display an attitude of ownership rather than stewardship for these famous properties when given the keys.
Alright, yeah. This guy sucks. This guy sucks. He sucks, he sucks, he sucks. He sucks, he sucks. Let's see another video of how much he sucks. Shall we? Okay, whatever.
In 1984, Masters of the Universe was riding high. It was pretty much the most popular boys action figure brand in the aisle, and every story and every figure was cooler than the last. And for the bulk of the stories and the play, it was pretty much about two characters, He-Man versus Skeletor. It was a great dichotomy. You had a barbarian hero versus a demonic bad guy with a skull face. And what's a way to make this better? Well, of course, introducing a third character, right? That's always how to make things better. So the idea was to come up with a brand new villain that could be a villain to both Skeletor and He-Man, so that there would be kind of a, triangular three-way battle between them all. Well, there were a lot of designs for Hordak. Eventually, the evil leader of the Evil Horde, or the ruthless leader of the Evil Horde, was inspired design-wise by a tiki mask that was hanging in the Mattel design area. After going through quite a few designs, the one based on this mask was the winner. And while he had his spikes on his head toned down a bit and lost a little bit of the detail on his shoulder pads, he was pretty much ready to take the scene. And he was introduced in a brand new storybook called The Power of the Evil Horde, featuring He-Man and Skeletor, of course. And this was going to introduce the world to the brand new evil that was Hordak and his new faction, the Evil Horde. This storybook was written by Tim Kilpin, yes, that Tim Kilpin, the one who went on to become the general manager of Mattel and was the one responsible for making me the manager for Masters of the Universe Classics in my time. But this was back when he was just a brand manager. And it was drawn by Bruce Timm. Yes, that Bruce Timm. You know, the guy who designed the DC Animated Universe and wrote a whole bunch of DC comics. So they came together to do this little mini storybook, but it didn't actually come out till later when Hordak and Grizzler were paired up with a cassette tape. So while it was meant to be the introduction to the Horde, it wound up not shipping until, well, I guess later in the line. And fans were introduced to the Horde really by the packaging. But the storybook did have all of the elements there. The idea that it was going to be Skeletor discovering that there was a new evil presence that he had to take, and He-Man and the Masters, well, they weren't called the Masters at that time, that didn't come out to 2000X, but either way, He-Man and his allies were going to have to fight off Hordak, who was also an enemy to Skeletor. So it basically established, as I said, this sort of triangular relationship where Hordak was Skeletor's old master versus apprentice, and He-Man had to defend Eternia from both of them, and now you basically really had more toys in your toy box to play with, and that was kind of the whole point, because creating more toys is the point of any toy line. So a new faction was on its way for 1985, and boy was it cool. I mean, recognizable in all of his iterations as Hordak. And there's been new additions to his group, the Evil Horde, over the years, both through animation and comic books. But the core group, the one that was released in 1985, Grizzlor, Leech, Mantenna, they have basically remained the kind of main Horde villains. And to understand Hordak, you have to understand the Horde Empire. Not this Horde Empire, no, the intergalactic one, this Horde Empire. So if you notice on this map we did, you can see the Horde Empire is kind of like a black claw coming out from Horde World in the top left, trying to take over the galaxy. Definitely, not too subtle there with the shadow of the claw showing the extent of the Empire. And the Horde Empire, yes, I mean, it's very similar to other galactic empires you might know from Isaac Asimov or George Lucas, where there is a, central evil planet, in this case Horde World, and trying to take over everything in the galaxy in its path is their main goal. And they're evil, and they're enslaving people, and the other things to make it certain that they're the bad guys and not the good guys by, blowing up innocents, and blowing up the innocent with a T. You have to add the T to make the words make sense. So the Horde have their, intergalactic fleet that is sent out around the galaxy as they try to take over. And it all starts with this guy, Horde Lord, or Severus Kerr. This is a fan custom, but I think they kind of nailed it. We never did a figure of it, but I really like this custom that a fan did.
Horde Lord.
So,
Horde.
Custom, but I think they kind of...
Horde Lord. See that? That's the... that's the Sword of Thundera is in there, right? Horde Lord, but yeah. And what's this? Looks like he's got fucking the wrist thing for fucking what's his nuts? The purple guy, Spectre, Mighty Spectre's wrist thing. Yeah, it's great.
Kind of nailed it. We never did a figure of it, but I really like this custom that a fan did. So Horde Lord is the grand leader of his, giant armada of spaceships and technological base things, robots, ships, walkers, and all that. And they go around enslaving everyone in their path in order to benefit Horde World. Well, one of the alien species that they enslave, called the Mraluk, they reveal to Horde Lord that there is something called magic out there. It's kind of like with Doctor Strange, when he learns about magic. It's like, whoa, what is this? This whole other, energy force I'd never heard of before. This is crazy. And to say that Horde Lord becomes obsessed with magic is an understatement. He's been all about technology and using technology of his ships and his troopers and, all of that to take over the galaxy. And when he learns about the existence of magic as this other form of energy, he embraces it whole hog. He says, oh wow, this is what I'm going to use now, because if I combine magic and technology, I'll be unstoppable. So he starts learning all about dark magic and teaches all of his, generals and, his top brass staff all about it. And they use this to magically extend their lives. This is his main goal because, he wants to live forever. Who doesn't want to live forever? And Horde Lord has two sons, Anilus Kerr and Hector Kerr. Anilus being the firstborn, Hector being the secondborn. They grow up to become known as Horde Prime and Hordak. Those are their, sort of war names, or their battle names, if you will. So Horde Lord instructs his firstborn son, Anilus, aka Horde Prime, to basically take the reins of the Empire, and this obviously sort of offends Hector, who, as secondborn, is not too keen on this. So he decides to use black magic to essentially assassinate his father, and ideally his older brother too, so he could take control of the Empire and rule it with an iron fist or a blue fist or whatever it is his fist is made up of. But this doesn't go to plan. While he's able to take out his father, he is not able to take out his brother. His brother has learned about the existence of the Sword of He, which is in the hands of a cosmic enforcer named Hero. The sword contains the power of the
Sword of He. Sword of He. He.
Universe. And Horde Prime is focused on getting this, while Hordak was focused on basically taking out his father. So Horde Prime essentially creates a ruse to trick Hero into coming to Horde World into a climactic battle. And while he tries, him being Horde Prime, to take the Sword of He, containing the power of the universe, from Hero, he's not able to stop him. So instead, he infects Hero with a techno-organic virus, essentially to counter Hero's magic. Hero is both a warrior and a wizard. He is infected by technology, and this kind of puts a temporary block on his ability to use magic, and it gives him temporary amnesia, forgetting who he is and that he is this, appointed guardian of the universe by the overlords of Trala. I mean, that's a whole story into itself. So, becoming infected by this technology, he is thrown into a portal and winds up on the planet Eternia. Now, there's a whole other story where he's found by Eldor, and Eldor tries to cure him of the techno-organic virus by putting him into a sort of a vat, a natural spring, a pool, and that's how technology winds up on Eternia. But that's a whole other story. So,
What the holy shit fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is he talking about?
And his younger brother, Hordak, to follow and recapture Hero, hoping that the amnesia with the techno-organic virus has weakened him enough that now they could get the sword. So, Hordak mounts a huge armada of Horde spaceships and flies from Horde World all the way across the galaxy to this small, out-of-the-way, backwards planet of Eternia. Now, this is during the time of King Grayskull. So Hordak marches on King Grayskull with his huge army in an attempt to take over.
Wait a minute, what? So what happened to Hero? I thought Hero had a techno-organic virus. Now he's taking on King Grayskull. What happened to Hero? What the fuck is going? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. This history of Hordak. his father was Horde Lord. His brother is Horde Prime, and he wants to get the Sword of He from Hero. The fuck
over the planet and find Hero. But during the battle, Hero actually sacrifices himself to save King Grayskull.
Oh, so Hero sacrifices himself to save King Grayskull. You've always been worthy, King, and now I deem you worthy. Gives him the He sword. He
and passes the Sword of He, containing the power
the
of
Sword of He
to the king.
God.
So, with Hero's passing, the sword is now in the hands of King Grayskull, who promptly uses it to cut off Hordak's hand. And note the color of his blood there, his blue blood. That's going to come up later.
What?
So
Why
now
will
in
his blue
retreat
blood come up
because
later?
He's basically been wounded and realizes that the sword is now with a new owner, and regroups and attacks again, this time with an even bigger army and with Horde mages who are going to use magic against King Grayskull to try to capture the sword. They create a portal to the evil, crazy, horrible dimension of Despondos, and this is all seen in episode 35 of the 2000X series. But King Grayskull is able to use the power of the sword to reverse the effect and send Hordak to Despondos, where he winds up on the planet Etheria, inside the dimension of Despondos. It's kind of the one bright place in this otherwise dark dimension, the planet of Etheria. Otherwise, the whole dimension is kind of evil and spooky. And of course, Hordak has to go to the one planet that, has beauty and decide to take it over. So, along with his existing army and backed up with new members that he recruits on Etheria, he forms a new version of the evil Horde, builds up a fortress called the Fright Zone, and uses technology and magic to basically totally screw up the planet, destroying the environment. And while we never got a playset of the Etheria-based Fright Zone, wow, would it have been cool. The Fright Zone that we got was the one that he later builds on Eternia, but that's a story for another time. Alright, so he's on Etheria, taking over the planet, kingdom by kingdom, and of course the leaders of the planet are not going to take this lightly, and they meet to regroup and find a way to fight off Hordak, and they form the Great Rebellion, which is made up of different members of different kingdoms of Etheria, as well as backed up by some magic.
Jesus Christ, this is more of his mythology. This is fucking Scott Nitlick's fucking mythology, where he's combined elements from the fucking original comics and the fucking 2000X cartoon and all this stuff. He's combined it all together, so it doesn't make any fucking sense, and it's just so mind-numbing. Hordak and Horde Lord and fucking
God, wielding natives. So Hordak is stuck on Etheria, but he wants to get back to Eternia. That's his main goal. So he uses black magic to connect to his old temple that he built on Eternia during King Grayskull's time, and manages to make contact with a banished prince named Keldor. Keldor was banished by his brother, actually to save his life, because if he wasn't banished, a mob would have probably torn Keldor in two. So King Randor had to actually banish Keldor in order to save his life.
What he's saying, King Randor banished his brother Keldor, who becomes Skeletor. So King Randor banished Skeletor in order to save his life. So not only is there always just some kind of thing when not only is the guy, he had to do it, but there's always like this. It's like a soap opera, you know. He had to do it because he was under the impression that this was happening, and so he'll never know that he actually sacrificed, that he actually saved his life by banishing him from the kingdom. But he doesn't know that he actually, owes him his life for having him banished. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And every hero, Skeletor has to be like a tragic hero too. He was Prince of Eternia, then he lost his face. It's always some tragic, story, some epic tragic story about who Skeletor is. He's got. It's like, can you blame the Star Wars trilogy prequels for this? Can we blame the Star Wars prequels for adding the fact that, Darth Vader can't just be a bad guy in a black cape? He's got to have like this background where he was in fact at one time a good guy and he was trained to be a Jedi, and then does it have to always be this story? Now fucking Skeletor has to be He-Man's uncle, and he has to be a former prince of Eternia that was banished because he saved his life. Because if he didn't banish him, a mob would have lynched him to death. Fuck you.
But Keldor doesn't really see it that way. He sees it as his throne was taken away. So when Hordak offers him the chance to retake his throne, he jumps at it. So he becomes Hornak's apprentice, learning magic, and he's instructed by Hordak to seek out one of the magic staves that has touched the Starseed, which is the center of magic inside of the planet Eternia.
What?
So while banished,
Oh my god! Wait.
So when Hordak offers him the chance to retake his throne, he jumps at it. So he becomes Hornak's apprentice, learning magic, and he's instructed by Hordak to seek out one of the magic staves that has touched the Starseed. Apprentice, learning
One
magic,
of the magic
and he
staffs
sees
that
it
has
as his
touched
throne
the
was taken
Starseed.
So apprentice, learning magic.
So here we have, right? This is King Hiss's. Okay, oh fuck, you can't see that there. Well, here we have. This is King Hiss. That's his fucking staff. That's Skeletor's staff, right? And we got some other I don't know what the fuck staff this is. I don't know what this is. That's stupid staff. This is Evelyn's staff, right?
And he's instructed by Hordak to seek out one of the.
And that's the sorceress's staff. That's the staff of the sorceress. So everybody's got these staffs. And what's he say?
Magic staves that has touched the Starseed, which is the center of magic inside of.
Objects that have touched the Starseed at the center of Eternia, absorbing its energy, will harmonize and channel the secret magics of Eternia. So all of these staffs have touched the magic Starseed at the center of Eternia as the source of its magic.
Eternia. So while banished on Etheria in Despondos, Hordak also instructs Skeletor to kidnap the young child of the royal family because he wants to raise that child on Etheria to be his #1 agent so that he can again get out of Etheria and back to Eternia. And the ultimate irony would be attacking the kingdom of Eternia with their own offspring, their princess, who has been raised by the evil Horde and nicknamed Despara. Some also called Force Captain Adora, but when she wears her full armor, she's called Despara. So,
what? Who is this? This is okay. That's She-Ra. Okay, that's She-Ra. Fuck. Right, Despara. Fuck. You didn't even see that. This is Spora. That's She-Ra, if raised by Hordak to be a bad guy, right?
Of his army, and is able to send her to attack Eternia, clearing the way for him to make a full invasion. But when she does,
yeah, there she is with a mask on. She will fear Despera. She is Hordak's daughter. Well, not really Hordak's daughter. She was raised by Hordak. But she's actually Prince Adam's sister. She's a princess of Eternia.
Does wind up on Eternia with some members of the Horde. She's of course confronted by Eternia's #1 champion, He-Man, and
his #1 here, Stratos. Was that a joke? That was a joke. He was trying to be funny by saying the greatest hero on Eternia was Stratos. That's funny.
He-Man, of course, at first thinks she's an enemy, but then realizes that she's more than that, and he realizes she's his long-lost sister.
Okay, yeah, this is him fighting Hordak, daughter, not realizing that Hordak's daughter is actually his sister. Oh, it's getting so complicated. What the fuck? What is going on? Hordak's sister, if the daughter is He-Man's sister.
Sister, yada yada yada.
They also rewrote Fisto as being Teela's real father. That's it. Fucking.
She comes out of it and realizes her true identity, returning to Etheria as She-Ra, Princess of Power, now confronting her stepfather and helping to join the Great Rebellion against the Horde.
That wouldn't be his stepfather. Why are you calling that he kidnapped her and raised her as his own? That wouldn't mean that he's her stepfather. He didn't marry her mom. Hordak is not his stepfather. Okay?
Oppressors. So that's where you get She-Ra from. So she's befriending all of the Great Rebellion characters, and now they have an even stronger force to try to beat back Hordak. She-Ra wants to make sure what she thinks of as her home planet, or at least the planet she was raised on, is free before she returns to see her parents and brother on Eternia. Meanwhile, on Eternia, Eva Lynn has freed King Hiss and betrayed Skeletor, because that's what Eva Lynn does. She betrays people and opens up portals, freeing horrible things. So, of course, what do you think she does? She finds a way to open up a portal to Despondos and frees Hordak. And he brings his entire army now to Eternia, now that he's able to leave Etheria, which the Great Rebellion is kicking his butt, so he's kind of done with that planet anyway. And that basically brings us to the three-way war between King Hiss, Skeletor, and Hordak, who are now fighting a three-way battle for Eternia. Hordak, of course, met King Hiss during his time on the planet fighting King Grayskull, so they're old enemies as well. And this all culminates in a giant battle called the Second Ultimate Battleground.
Jesus Christ, none of this fucking shit makes any goddamn fucking sense. God, this is so fucking crazy. This story is so fucking insane. What is fucking happening here?
Here it's seen in the Masters of the Universe Classics mini-comics, with basically every character in the entire universe clashing in a gigantic, huge, mega George Perez-esque double-page spread. And you can see Hordak and King Hiss there at the top. Skeletor, during this melee, takes it upon himself to confront his old master and drain him of all of his powers and get his revenge. And that basically happens. Skeletor takes out Hordak, but in one final move before he dies, Hordak sends his buzzsaw attack to mortally wound his old apprentice. So while Hordak is defeated by Skeletor, his last act is to essentially kill, or attempt to kill, Skeletor. Skeletor does survive by taking some energy from a local Bionatops. That's a whole other story. And that basically leaves us off with what happened to Horde Prime. Well, Horde Prime is still running the Empire. And eventually, He-Man, She-Ra, and Skeletor, off in outer space, confront him. She-Ra challenges Horde Prime to one-to-one combat, and is basically going to do everything she can to take him out, because He-Man and Skeletor have actually been shuffled off to another dimension at this point during the fight. Well, I know there's a lot going on. But basically all you need to know is that She-Ra and Horde Prime are set to have a duel. She-Ra lunges at Horde Prime, but he's got a secret move up his sleeve. Instead of allowing her to just kill him, he's able to bind his soul to She-Ra and essentially transform She-Ra back into Despara, her evil personality as raised by Hordak on Etheria. So, Despara, reborn, now seeks out the grave of Keldor. I know, I'm trying not to skip a lot of stuff. You really got to read the Masters of the Universe Classics mini-comics. But at this point in the storyline, He-Man and Skeletor have had their final battle, and he has sacrificed himself. So Skeletor is deceased, Despara possessed by Horde Prime's soul, and now in her evil persona, resurrects Skeletor using evil magic and Skeletor's own Havoc Staff to do this. So she brings Skeletor back as kind of an undead zombie and makes him her thrall. and now prepares, under the influence of Horde Prime, who is essentially possessing her, to take out Eternia. So she leads an invasion of Eternia along with her sort of zombified Skeletor and an army of flying monsters and creatures that we never got to release as a single army builder, the Skelecons. During the battle, Adora is confronted by her brother, who is now King He-Man, king of Eternia. And when he points out that Skeletor is actually, the cause of evil, she's basically like, this doesn't change anything. I'm still going to take over this planet, because she's essentially possessed by Horde Prime at this point, which is why she's turned back into Despara. During the battle, she grabs a hold of the Sword of He, which is now in the hands of Dare, son of He-Man, and when she touches the sword, that brings back all of her sort of memories and her powers as She-Ra, and Orko is able to exorcise the soul of Horde Prime from her body and imprisons it in a cosmic, prism, 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 like not prison, prism. So Horde Prime becomes stuck inside of this crystal that Orko creates, and eventually, you can see him in the top right there, he becomes kind of one of the arch enemies in the background of the Hero versus Skeleton storyline that was going to continue with the son of Skeletor and the son of He-Man taking the center stage, with the rest of the characters becoming advisors and members of the group. Wow. And that is the story of Horde Empire.
That makes no sense. That made no sense.
Going to continue with the sun prism. So Horde Prime becomes stuck inside of this crystal that Orko creates, and eventually, you can see him in the top right there, he becomes kind of one of the arch enemies in the background of the Hero versus Skeleton storyline that was going to continue with the son of Skeletor and the son of He-Man.
Oh god, I was gonna continue with the son of He-Man and the son of Skeletor and the fucking, why do we son of He-Man and son of Skeletor, son of He-Man and son of Skeletor. Here we got, fucking She-Ra's back. She's, Evelyn is still there. That Evelyn, Orko, King He-Man. Got Hero over here, whatever this is over there. What's the son of He-Man and the son of Skeletor? So He-Man's got a ponytail. The son of He-Man has a ponytail. The son of Skeletor has like a mohawk. And they continue fighting, and then, there are his parents looking on. And I guess the son of Skeletor is also the son of Evelyn, I guess. Because he's sitting there watching. Yay, and so it goes on and such, right?
Taking the center stage, with the rest of the characters becoming advisors and members of the group. Wow. And that is the story of Hordak and the Horde Empire. I know, it's a little epic and a little, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. It's not a little epic, it's a lot stupid. It's a lot fucking stupid. I mean, it's a lot fucking stupid. Oh my god, it's so dumb. Don't have kids when are up there in years, folks. Yeah. Don't have kids when you're up there in the years, right? It's a higher likelihood they're gonna be retarded if you have kids when you're older, right? Look at that Chris Chan guy. That Chris Chan guy, his fucking mom is elderly. She definitely had Chris Chan when she was older. That means that fucking kid's gonna be retarded. Cinderella, Snow White, Mickey Mouse arrested as police clash with staff at Disneyland. Well, this whole thing is just way too complicated. It's just way too complicated, way too ridiculous. I just can't. I honestly, I just can't. This is just nuts. In other words, no thank you. Holy shit. Get the fuck out of here. No. 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 I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know what to say with this. Yeah. Anyway, well, so yeah. Should we watch some fucking more of these? This Spectre guy, he's got more retarded videos. I mean, seriously, there's more to see with this guy. He-Man started as a toy. Yeah, he started as a toy. There's no comic book to fall back on. I mean, there was a little mini comics that came with the figures, but it's not like that was. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. Yes, he is. He's very full of himself. The Scott guy, definitely full of himself. For sure. But yeah. What are we going to do? We're going to watch some music videos. We're going to watch some... What are we going to do? What you guys want to do? You want to... Is that it? Maybe that's it. The videos weren't working. I was trying to play some videos. I can play them on the YouTube, but I was trying to play... Let's see if it works now. If it works, then I'll play a video. If it doesn't, I don't know what to say. It'll probably be like, doo-doo, it won't work. I was trying to play a video power thing. Having problems. Thanks a lot, man. Didn't even understand any of that He-Man video. I don't understand it either. It makes no fucking sense. I don't know what he's fucking talking about. It's just so fucking crazy. I mean... Nope, it's not working. Go fuck yourself. Fucking sucks. God, when he talks about the history of these characters, it's just so fucking crazy. Just so fucking crazy. I mean, the history of Hordak is so fucking insane. So weird. The history of Hordak. What is the history of Hordak? Make any fucking sense? It really doesn't make any sense. It really, really doesn't. What? Looking for a particular video here. Right, there you go. Yeah. Why is Skeletor getting a... There's a couple things here we're talking about.
Tonight, I'll be eating a club sandwich with fries and a side of mayonnaise. Wonderful. Mayonnaise?
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
And not been living under a rock or a tree or some other giant form of thing to hide under. I personally prefer barrels, but that's not important right now. You know that the Revelation show has very much divided the He-Man fan base. There are those who love the show, there are those who detest the show. And there are reasons for both emotions. Some people love the look of the animation, some people are really happy with the voice casting and the huge amount of talent that went into it. And others are just shivering at home saying, why, oh why did they make this show in the first place? And maybe there were alternative motives. So some of the bigger issues fans have had, obviously to recap, are that the marketing campaign basically lied to us and said it was a sequel. People think they're turning He-Man into a girl. The fact that the show's main character is now Teela, who is a major character, but the show is about Teela, and it was not promoted as a show about Teela. It was promoted as a show about the brand, and that should be He-Man. And rightly so. I mean, He-Man's the main character. And the fact that she has taken on, well, yeah, very manly characteristics. Her femininity or female sexuality has been minimalized in the show, and she's definitely become very, well, a lot of people saying woke, very, agenda-driven. And I'm not going to get into the pros and cons or the yes or no of whether or not the show, but let's talk about the actual things that have changed and what the agenda might be behind that, and what some of the fans have sort of extrapolated as to what might be the motivations behind these changes. And I'm kind of getting into a little bit of the whole conspiracy theory concept. And there are a lot of people talking online that there might be a deliberate attempt on the behalf of Mattel.
Sabotage. It literally plays, it shows you the fucking sabotage. So what's this guy doing? Google searching every word that's in his little script and pulling up images that have the word sabotage, because he's talking about sabotage. Yeah, somebody sabotaged Master
Well, now, Masters of the Universe Revelation continues, and the latest at market right now that's super easy to get, barely an inconvenience, that you video linked here. What I want to talk about is how this is a really good thing. It's a confusing thing because there is a Keldor action figure at market right now that's super easy to get, barely an inconvenience, that you can pretty much walk into any Target and get the Origins of Evil 2-pack, the one that was supposed to destroy the toy industry because it wasn't available, months ago in bulk.
Oh, see the way he says the Rise of Evil 2-pack. Well, Retro Blasting had done a video where they specifically targeted the Rise of Evil 2-pack and said that it was bad, and they saw there were limited numbers, and it's just an indication of what's wrong with the toy industry as a whole. He says that the 2-pack was going to destroy the toy industry. He completely misunderstanding the point of the video, but I can tell this guy's been watching Retro Blasting. He has been watching Retro Blasting video. He's aware that the dude is making videos about him. He's aware that the guy's bitching about the toy industry, and he's there, right, saying why the toy industry is good. But here he's going to be talking about Skeletor's new origin from the comics. That he comes from a world where everybody just has skulls for heads, which is beyond fucking stupid. Beyond fucking stupid. It makes more sense that he was a guy who got his face burnt off, right, and now he's got the skull head. That makes sense. But now the new storyline is that he comes from a planet where everybody has skull heads, and I'll let him explain.
In bulk? Alright, so that's Keldor. Well, Skeletor in the new comic is from a skull-based species that all have skulls for heads, because, that's biologically, that makes sense. And Skeletor even marries and has a skull-faced child because, reasons. And that's great. I mean, actually, it is great because, well, for one, it does pay homage to his original origin, which was that Skeletor came from another dimension and wanted to bring his fellow skull-faced warriors with him to conquer Eternia for reasons. And this origin has had homages over the years, such as when in classics, the idea was Keldor, Prince of Eternia, combined with Demo Man to become
Demo Man. So they came up with a green guy called Demo Man, which they say was like the skull of Demo Man is what creates the skull. This is Prince Keldor combined with Demo Man becomes Skeletor. But that's fucking stupid too, isn't it?
Skeletor. Alright, well, now it's kind of gone up a step further where throwing out
Never go full retard? What the fuck is happening? Why is he retard? never go full retard. Why did he look up that image? What does that have to do with what he's talking about?
Keldor altogether, and it's completely just a character from another dimension or another planet. There is no Keldor. There's no Keldor at all. It's just Skeletor. He's always been Skeletor. He was born this way with a skull for a face, as was his wife and his child. And when he sees his wife and child, destroyed in front of him, that sets him off on what will be his villain's or hero's journey, shall we say. And, all the people on his planet becoming enslaved and, and again, go check out Midnight Edge's video because he does a great job summarizing this and the effects on the character. So, you still have Hordak showing up and recruiting him, but he's always been Skeletor. There's no transformation. There's no Keldor, Prince of Eternia, that through, actions, through things that happen, becomes Skeletor. And this has been around for decades. It's not like Keldor was just made up for the 2000X series. It started in the mini-comics in the vintage line with the search for Keldor, where Skeletor is trying to prevent Randor from learning about his long-lost brother, Keldor. And yes, Keldor was going to be Skeletor. Keldor first showed up...
No, he's wrong there, actually. Originally, there was going to be... Let me show you. There was going to be a guy called Eldor, right? Eldor, he's old, right? Originally going to be called Mentor because he was a mentor. And Eldor came with like a book. This action figure was going to come with a book that had like holograms in it and shit. But if you look at one of these older packages, what the figures was originally going to look like, one of these things actually calls him Keldor. Eldor is referred to as Keldor. So that's what, see here, he's with his fucking book. He's got a big fucking book, right? And Eldor was going to be Keldor, something along those lines. I remember seeing this somewhere, like one of these old designs. What's on this thing? The prototype the whole thing was based on. Maybe. I'm not sure. But point is, Eldor, right? Eldor. That was the idea. Eldor, I think, was originally Keldor. Because this is where they were actually going with the line. Okay. This was actually supposed to be the future of the line right here. That they were going to introduce new heroes. They had already introduced a couple villains, new, like, major villains in the He-Man world, right? They introduced Hordak and King Hiss, and here Eldor and Hero were going to be new characters that were heroic. He-Man needs a couple extra heroes, and it's going to be like the Power of Grayskull line, Master Universe and the Power of Grayskull. These guys representing ancient, came from the past to the future, and they were going to be accompanied by like big dinosaurs and shit. We're going to open up a whole new world for He-Man to fucking explore. These figures were later reissued by Super 7. Because these are not the original packages, these are Super 7 redos of it, right? Like, this is what the figures are originally going to look like, and then this is the one they made, I think. Something like that. Something like that. I don't know. But yeah. Unproduced figures they eventually made. They didn't. Okay, here's actually the book that folds out, right? It can open one way or the other, and would have like holograms in it and shit. Right. Eldor. Like Eldor, Mentor. He was going to be Keldor, along those lines, but, you know, that never happened. They never actually released that figure. You know what I'm saying? Never actually released those figures. Right. Yeah, here's some of the never released figures. There's Keldor. There's these guys, right? Oh my god, let me open this thing right here real quick. Amongst the never released figures, we got Eldor, Hero, Evil Robot Guy. That doesn't even look like a He-Man figure. Gygor, that's so stupid. And then we got, what's this? The Star Sisters. This is fucking stupid. Jewel Star, Tall Star, Staria. There's the Fearless Photog. That's based on a kid's toy design. Dumb. And Vicron. These are actually some of the first issue Masters of the Universe prototypes. These some of the other figures that never got made. That's clearly a Boba Fett, kind of white and red Boba Fett. You got they eventually made this guy into a He-Man. Vicor. And this guy, look at that. That's a tank on his head. They literally put tank parts on a He-Man figure, and was like, that's the thing. God damn, it's funny. Just because they never produced it doesn't mean that they should. That's part of the thing. They never produced it because maybe it was a bad idea. Maybe it was stupid. Who wants an action figure of an old man? You know, what's up with that? What's up with this crap? Anyway.
Visually in the 2000X series, and this is really what popularized him. And he's a very tragic figure, because as the firstborn son of King Nero, the throne was rightfully his. So him being denied his throne is what led to him becoming an outcast, which is what led to him to battle against his brother Randor for the throne, which is what led to the accident that was almost essentially killed him, which burned his face off with some acid, and he had to be magically healed, and that's what turned him into Skeletor with a floating skull. He wasn't born with it. Now, the reason this is going to be confusing right now is because, again, there's a Keldor figure at market right now. So changing Skeletor's origin when you have a Keldor origin of evil 2-pack with Kronos who becomes Trapjaw out does send mixed messages. And for a line that's trying to find its footing with kids and collectors, this can be a little off-putting. And it's not like this is the first Keldor figure that's ever been released. We've had actually quite a few. Sometimes they're just Skeletor figures that come with a new head. Other times they've been direct releases, such as this Keldor figure from the Classics line that didn't have a Skeletor head at all. It just was Keldor. So, some elements remain. You know, Skeletor kneeling before Hordak and swearing allegiance. You know, it's still part of his origin, so it's not like everything's been thrown out. And there's obviously some imagery that's come before that's being recreated or repurposed, because it's good to have sort of beats. You know, it's like that whole George Lucas thing saying it's poetry when, you know, things repeat each other. I don't know. Either way, you know, this kind of concept of Keldor bowing before Hordak has happened, but the transformation of Keldor into Skeletor has always been part of his storyline and how he started off good. He was a knight for Eternia until Hordak came along and manipulated events like a chessboard and, you know, ripping Keldor away from his father and brother and the whole throne thing. Okay, so what is the silver lining, and why do I say this is a really good thing that there's a totally new origin for Skeletor? And why all of us who are He-Man fans out there should honestly be celebrating and be excited that this is happening? Well, for starters, first we have to look at kind of the things in Revelation that we didn't like and why it's getting a lot of negative press, especially.
He's gonna say that it's a good thing because he likes multiverses. He thinks multiverses are great. He thinks multiverses are a good thing. He likes the multiverse thing, and since this is a different origin for Skeletor, that means it's a good thing because it reinforces multiverses, and he likes the multiverse. he likes the idea that nothing matters and that everything can change at any time, which is really stupid. I hate the multiverse thing. It's like, okay.
Amongst the hardcore fans. So obviously it's the whole, call it the woke agenda, if you will, but more so the fact that we were led to believe that it was going to be a sequel to Filmation, and it turned out it wasn't at all, and we all felt kind of like, gotcha. So while I liked the show, I will say, like, that stuff still got to me too. And the thing about Motu is it is always changing, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse, but change has always been part of the brand. However, the fact that Revelation now through a new origin of Skeletor is further divergent, if you will, is just more evidence of the Masters of the Universe multiverse. Because the more Revelation takes a sort of sidestep away, it just backs up the idea that there's lots of versions out there of all the characters: He-Man, Battle-Cat, Orko, Teela, Skeletor, Mosquitor, Hey Pixel Dan. And the multiverse concept is, what allows all of these versions to exist and not step on their toes is not really the right way, but it's like a Venn diagram where there's going to be some things that overlap, but when they diverge and there's two very different versions, then the more different they are, the better, if you will, because the more different they are, the more clearly it says, okay, this Masters of the Universe storyline is about this, and this one's about something else. So if you like He-Man being Prince Adam, that's great. If you like He-Man being a barbarian warrior who emerged from the jungle, that's great too. There's a Motu storyline out there for you. If you like He-Man, running through space, hey, New Adventures is available. The 87 movie, it's out there. If you like He-Man on Earth with no Prince Adam, or the Power Tour, however you take your He-Man, there's a flavor for you. And the fact that Revelation now with this new origin of Skeletor is becoming even more different from what we, I guess what's traditionally been Skeletor's origin, well, it just really adds more, call it evidence, that Revelation is a very different version, and if you don't like it, that's okay, because you don't have to like it. You don't have to like everything. You can accept the things about a property you like and disregard the things that you don't like. And that's what fans are all about. Every, property really is kind of a choose your own adventure and decide which parts of a property are for you and which aren't. So the more different a property that you don't like goes, that's a good thing, because it helps say like, whoa, yeah, this is really not for me. So you almost want a property that you don't like or that's new to be as different as possible. I hope that shed some light on all of our feelings about the new show and the new origin. Leave a comment below and search this channel, because we have tons of videos that probably appeal to you on this type of subject matter. Thanks so much. Subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. I just took a shit. Oh, man. 4 4. It's 3:30. We've been doing this for a while. Skeleton, whatever the fuck that is. I do ignore the garbage. I don't give a dime to the people who make it. Hey. When I think He-Man, I want to see him and Skeletor fight, not He-Man as a caveman or whatever the hell that was. I prefer He-Man as a caveman. I don't like Prince Adam. I like it better from the storybooks where he was given powers and he's just some guy with a power sword. Fuck Prince Adam, that's dumb. Yeah, I mean, as far as He-Man's considered, He-Man was a toy first. It was a big muscle-bound toy, and his bad guy had a skull face, and they had a big skull fucking mountain castle playset, which is great. And that's it. You know what I mean? You have the bad guy. All the commercials for fucking He-Man used to sell that everybody fought to control Castle Grayskull. The game was King of the Hill. It was King of the Hill, or King of the Mountain, or King of the Castle, right? Whoever had control of the castle, they controlled the castle until somebody else came along and knocked him out of there. And that was the name of the game. Whoever controls the castle controls the power of Eternia. They were the most powerful man in the universe. An alternate universe where Skeletor makes He-Man his homoerotic slave. Yep. We can have all these multiverses. They can all exist. That's why Skeletor having a new origin is a good thing. What's called when you're just making videos, but you tell everybody it's a we that's making the videos. I do that too. I say royal we sometimes. What are we doing? You know, kind of happens. It's one of those things that you didn't wipe much to clean, or one of those no matter how much you wipe you can't get clean. No, it's just one where kind of my butthole hurts a little bit, like it burned just a little bit, or, you know. Honestly, didn't even watch the new show. I'd rather just watch the original where things were simple and easy. He-Man absorbs the magic with his sword of power, dividing it into two and reverting him to his original form. Shocking Teela. He-Man and Skeletor die in the resulting explosion. Yeah, and it was fucking stupid. Teela seemed pissed off at everybody, like, I've had it with you, you all suck. After Prince Adam dies, like, Prince Adam just died, and you're pissed off? She didn't have a right to be pissed off, you know? Oh, so you wiped too much, so now the butt is raw. That sucked. No, it was the pooping that made my ass raw. The wiping was just whatever. But yeah, I think we're done for tonight. I can't even play the video. Video's not working. I'm going to reset my computer in order to play the videos that I've already downloaded and queued up. So we're going to do that another time. Another time we're going to talk about other stuff. Drinkranize, hot Drinkranize. I wish I could play the hot drink remix. I can't play it. I have to reset my computer. It's acting funny. So, like, does He-Man have all those ridiculous powers he had in Death Battle or not? What powers did he have in the Death Battle? I mean, he fought Thundar the Barbarian. I mean, the Thundercats, Lion-O leader of the Thundercats. But, you know, Thundar the Barbarian, that's very much like He-Man. You ever see that? Thundar the Barbarian? It's so much like He-Man. He looks like He-Man. He acts like He-Man. He's got a loincloth just like He-Man, except he wears a furry vest. Thundar, a lot like He-Man. Wiped too much spicy food. It's not as spicy. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna end the show tonight. Anyway, yeah, I see you guys in the chat. You guys are awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in. 16 people watching right now. That's great. I guess we could keep going. The screen's black, though. We got a black fucking screen right here. What's up with that? Will He-Man come back to life? But it's important to note that his death is real and lasting, for according to the champions, it is not possible to return to Preternia once you have left it. I can hear the fan on your computer. It's ready to break. Is it? Oh, okay. When I was in the hospital, I was embarrassed that I had to wipe my butt, but it did feel nice. Okay. It's okay. Leave it black. I'd rather hear you talk. All right. Yeah. Well, we're going to end the show here. It's about 3:40. I can't show any more videos, but we're done for the night. All right, you guys. We're going to live stream again real soon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. You know, check out my Patreon. That's Patreon. What is it? Let me see. Patreon.com/Teddy Rubskin. Is that it? It is. /Teddy Rubskin. There it is. Yeah, I got 10 patrons. 10 patrons. And they're getting $21 a month. What that means? They're giving me like $2 a piece or so. That's not a lot. Man, only making $20 a month. Yeah, my videos aren't monetized. I'm making dick on Patreon. I am not making any money doing this thing, guys. I'm doing it 100% because of the love. 100% because of love. You know, you could also check me out on PayPal. Send me some money on PayPal if you want to. You know, help out the show if you want to, or if you don't want to, whatever. Fine. You don't want to. You don't want to. You don't want to. You don't have to. Nobody says you have to. You don't. I'm just saying. It'd be nice, but you don't have to. Trubskin to the max. T Rubskin. Yeah. Is He-Man stronger than Superman? He-Man is recruited by Damian Wayne to defeat Superman. He-Man manages to defeat Superman after gaining the power of Shazam. Oh. Right. But yeah. Pugnacious with you all this morning. That's great. Yeah, you're being pugnacious with me. That's right. Who could defeat He-Man? Juggernaut's powers are mystical in nature, as are He-Man's. Yeah, well, I mean, Superman can be affected by magic. He's been affected by magic before. He-Man's powers come from magic, so He-Man could totally hurt Superman. Where's the link to the PayPal again? There's no link. It's just right here. It's like, I don't know how PayPal works, right? If you have PayPal, you just put is that how it works? Just use my email, right? trubskin@yahoo. I think that's how it works, right? I don't know. Conspiracy theory concept is redundant. Conspiracy theory concept. What's the conspiracy theory? Whatever. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. Actually, there's more people coming in now. We got 17 people watching. That's nice. That's real nice. Thanks a lot, guys. You guys are awesome. He-Man is a DC character. He-Man in Master Universe is a DC comic based on the Master Universe. Yeah, I guess so. Makes sense, I guess. Anyway, have a good night. I'm heading out. Next time we'll play some more videos. Next time, I can't even Hojo. You can't even Hojo. I can't get the videos to play. I'll have to reset the computer. Next time, we'll Hojo. Next time, we will do the posts, video game stuff, and new stuff. Got new stuff to find, you know, training videos, stuff like that. Crazy shit. Also, I got new videos coming out next week. I have found the absolute worst movie I've ever seen. I used to say Star Odyssey was like the worst movie I've ever seen. Star Odyssey is great. I've seen Star Odyssey several times. And see, when it comes to a bad movie, I watch it a couple of times and I'm like, I actually kind of like it. I love The Room. I love Troll 2. I think these movies are good. Star Odyssey, I now have affection for. There is a new movie that I've discovered that's so incredibly bad. It's so bad that I can't even find a trailer for it. It came out, and it's not like too old to have a trailer. It came out in like 1982, and I cannot find a trailer for it. Can't find one. Like, how does a movie not have a trailer? I mean, it's not that the trailer doesn't exist. It may exist, but it's not on YouTube. Oh, yeah. It's the worst movie I've ever seen. I've ever seen in my entire life. It is so bad. And there's a hint. It's from 1982. It really is like the worst movie of 1982. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to play. I'm going to play a clip from fucking Siskel and Ebert. If you guys are curious, check out Siskel and Ebert's video. You can check that out on YouTube. Siskel and Ebert's the worst movies of 1982. It's one of those. it's so bad. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be doing a video about that. I'm going to talk about the worst Sonic the Hedgehog video game I've ever played. Which is weird. It's not on a Sega system. It's not on the Dreamcast. It's not on the Saturn. But it is the worst Sonic the Hedgehog game I've ever played. Now, I'm thinking maybe I'll hold out on that one until November, which is technically the 30th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, I might just hold out for a month or two and make it a special video I could make about the 30th anniversary. You know, but I want to make a video about Sonic 2, the movie that's coming out, and some predictions I want to make about things I expect to see in that movie. But yeah, got a ton of stuff to talk about. Lots of stuff. And yeah, but hey, I got more snack time videos, more snacks. I got a box of snacks right here. You know what this is? You know what I got right here? You know what I got right here? It's a snack. I got a snack right here. We're gonna fucking talk about this snack. I got another one right here. I got another snack right here. And what we got right here? You got another snack. Yeah, but we'll talk about that some other time. Where can I watch original He-Man? Watch He-Man and Masters of the Universe streaming online. Hulu. Yeah, you should fucking check it out on yourself. Masters of the Universe, that old show, Filmation cartoon. I fucking don't like that cartoon. I think it's stupid. It's so stupid. I hate Prince Adam. I hate that fucking guy in the pink outfit. Oh, those sounds good? Which of the snacks sounded good? The first one? The second one? But anyway, yeah. Alright, I'm tired. I gotta go. Have a good time. You guys keep it real, alright? Keep it motherfucking real. Alright. Yeah, everybody, give me hell yeah. Hell yeah, give me hell yeah in the chat. Prince Adam has a Prince Albert. Give me hell yeah in the chat. Hell yeah. Hey, Arcan. RKN. How you doing? Hell yeah in the chat. Hell yeah. Give me hell yeah. Alright, hell yeah. Getting some hell yeahs. Alright. Don't forget to like and comment and stuff. And subscribe. Hell yeah. Getting another hell yeah. Everybody's hell yeah. Alright, hell yeah. Anyway, gotta go. It's fucking late. I'm tired. Good night. Hell yeah! 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 Hell yeah!
He sees it as his throne was taken away.
What the
So
fuck?
Hordak offers him the chance.
Hell yeah! 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 What the fuck? Hell yeah! 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 What the fuck? Hell yeah! 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 What the fuck? Hell yeah! 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 Hell yeah, 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 hell yeah. Hell yeah, 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 hell yeah.